Oh, how's it going, boys? How you guys doing today? Welcome in, to the Vostal DMG channel.
No, you're also damaged today. I'm the
Ah,
DM.
fuck, shit, you right. All right, today, for everyone who's just tuning in or watching the VOD, as we may know, we got our boy James in here, being our dungeon
Yes.
master today, and I am the player this afternoon. By the way, James, where's the
Yes?
music? Hmm?
I'm
It's
putting it on.
definitely quiet in here. Definitely quiet in here. We gotta
Oh,
get
I
this
thought you
shit.
wanted. I thought you wanted to, like say hi to chat first before putting the music on.
No, put that shit. You should have had the shit already ready. Cringe
Oh,
Lord.
fuck yeah.
Let me go ahead and turn off all the redeems because we will not be honoring those this stream. Primarily because I will not have the ability to actually do much about it. So let me go ahead and turn off a lot of these.
All right, now the question is, how the fuck do I use? I see the post URL. I'm not in fact an idiot.
Mm-hmm. There we
All right,
go.
activity is on.
Oh, wonderful, wonderful. Let's get that premium music in, boys. Get that
And I'm guessing I should
premium.
add, because I haven't used activities before. I'm just gonna add all the music to the fucking playlist.
Yeah. Just add all the music to the playlist.
Okay, give me like 2 seconds to do that. Pinky, the redeems are not gonna be active today since we're doing a
Mm-mm.
dungeon mastering shit
That is what I
today.
just said.
Yes, I know, I'm just saying extra
Mm-hmm,
time. I
mm-hmm.
know. I
But
am
I
well
will
aware.
leave
I am
end
well aware.
stream right now up, just in case someone
Oh,
has the
naturally.
points. Of course, of course. All right, all right. If anyone refreshes their screen real quick, you will see that the redeems are drastically lowered down to baby numbers, same as, sadly, it is on the rare occasion in such a time as this. All right, boys. So,
So to start off our adventure today, we find ourselves at the large tower owned by Galar, the Lord of Death in this region, and his son, Draven? Draven?
yes, Draven.
Draven. I introduce yourself.
Oh, yes. Hold on. Where the fuck am I currently? Like,
You are currently in. Okay, so you're currently in the Master's Chamber. So you're in your father's. Essentially, think the room type thing. Where he sits and makes decisions. Very formal decisions. He called you there to do the first of your full trials around the territory, trying to get you used to the world,
Okay.
leaving the nest, if you will.
Then I shall go ahead and describe myself. Of course, for anyone who may be new here, watching the VOD, I am Vossel DMG, and I'm going to be playing. Oh my god, I've been practicing his voice all fucking day for this shit. I will be playing Draven
I should have
Gideon.
probably.
Huh? Oh shit.
Don't worry about
Oh,
it.
hey,
I forgot I already added the forest music to the
stuff
list.
music. All right. Um. So, I will be playing Draven Gideon this afternoon, our local necromancer, and Blank for this session. I appear to be a of elvish descent, even though you would never really be able to know through the large cloak adorning his shoulders, which kind of go on down, concealing all the way down to like roughly around the leg area. He is wearing light leather armor underneath his cloak, basically more or less just for clothing's sake, rather than actually for defense primarily. He does have a large metal mask across his face, which is used to conceal his identity. Um, and the cloak kind of clips right around the neck, kind of moving with the mask in the same kind of design. All of it is completely black, um, with faint accents of purple across it. He does wield um, a staff that, when he is not wielding it personally, he does appear to be. It just kind of floats next to him whenever he walks in, his staff does appear to be kind of an intertwisting staff made of blackened steel, shiny to the appearance, but dull from a distance, and made with interweaving bone across the entire forefront of it. Culminating at the very end, inside almost like a jagged cage of bone with a large, round, purple-line crystal inside. And most of his appearance, basically, you wouldn't really know much about him from the outside, like what he's physically capable of, because he looks very average build as far as stature is concerned. Probably around 5'10", medium build, not too skinny, not too light, but not muscular by any means. And other than that, most of his body is kind of obscured, obviously, by that cloak and his mask. So he's very well concealed, for sure. And whatever he isn't holding on to the staff, again, like I said, it just kind of floats next to him. He does, however, whatever he does reach out from his cloak, you do see a skeletal right hand, where at the wrist, the last bit of flesh that kind of would dare to snake up towards where his former hand used to be, just has smoldering purple embers around it, which is perpetual. It will not change. So, there we have at least my description.
I wish I would describe Galar now. Before you is your father, or I'll just say he's your father, because you know what he is at this point,
Yeah.
adopted at the very least. Galar Bursk, a god of death, who has a soft spot for his son, you. His head looks as if it was a horse's head, elongated, as if it's a snout. Most of his body is draped in shadows, with a visible ribcage on his chest. Instead of lifting his hands to do most tasks, he has wisps of shadows to lift them up, like parchment and things like that, or his pen. As you enter the room, he looks at you, a slight look of concern on his face. My child, I have done my best to teach you everything I can, and today it is time for you to leave the safety of the tower and venture out on your own. It can be a task for me.
So, of course, upon entering, I would kneel, there respectfully, of course, as all would do. I would assume when he says tower, it's kind of like a little like offshoot, or at least like above ground portion.
Look at your background now.
Huh?
Zoom out. Go into the battle map.
Oh.
Give you a little
Shit.
bit of
Okay,
detail as well.
Fair enough. That's what you mean. Yeah. So the
Yeah,
above,
I purchased that
the
as well.
above ground portion.
Yes.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Where you were taught was likely the underground crypt, whereas this is his above ground tower as a symbol of authority and power over the people nearby. A symbol of protection of this god.
I see. All right.
As a symbol of this is his territory.
So rising on up, I would, of course, standing there looking off at him, I'd be like, well, yes, of course. If it does require me to leave the defenses of the crypt and the tower, I would be more than happy to oblige. If it means bettering myself, my skills, making you proud, and strengthening the capabilities of our bountiful, beautiful church, then I'd be more than happy to accept any task you have for me.
He gives you a slight nod as he rises from his seat, walking slowly over to you. The room is silent. As he nears you, he puts a hand on your shoulder with a proud look in his eyes as he hands you a small scroll.
Mhm.
Here is a, and he tells you, here's a map. It'll give you all the information you need of where to go. There is a small territory a small village near the edge of my territory. We've lost contact with it. We've not heard from it for about 2 weeks now. I would like you to go there and see what ails them and reestablish control and communications.
He will take the but I'm gonna go ahead and add this to
Mhm.
should I have it what should I label this item as specifically?
Um, it's just a map.
So it's just a general map of the area.
It's a general map of the area with instructions telling you where to go.
You know what's fucking weird?
Hmm.
Bob, by the way, I find it really funny that there isn't an inventory section on the sheet.
Yeah, no, we don't need inventory in Godbound.
No, apparently not.
Yeah, put in notes.
Here, I'm gonna put it in notes.
Because remember, normal mundane shit in Godbound you can kind of just get.
Yeah, fair enough. I'm not too pressed about it, but it's just like the key items, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he'll take it with his skeletal hand. He'll grasp around the parchment, just kind of slide it underneath his cloak once again, just sliding into one of the many small pockets across its outer seam on the inside of his cloak as he just kind of nods. And he said specifically to head over here and do what again?
That they had lost like they've not heard from this one village for 2 weeks now. They've heard nothing. No one in, no one out.
Okay.
And he'd like you to go there, check it out, and see what happened. And if there's any unruly elements, just reestablish control.
Of course.
But to generally see what happened.
He's gonna look on over, nod, and go, of course, I will go ahead and take my... I'll go ahead and take my undead and make as much haste as I can. As you see him take like one step back before realizing he should ask before leaving. Is there anything else that I could be of service to do at the moment? Or am I dismissed to go ahead and begin the journey?
You see him think for a second. No, for now that'll be all. And son, please, be safe.
He nods. As as bright as he turns, he goes, I will not. Oh my fucking god. I'm used to doing this one specific tone of voice for characters like this, and now I just for some reason can't get into it. I've been doing it all day, but I cannot get into it.
You overdid it.
I overdid and I can't get into it.
No.
My apologies, chat. Sorry. So right as he turns, he goes, "You know I always will. I will not disappoint you, Father." As he just starts taking a couple steps out, just kind of like waving his hand in front of the doors. The doors just kind of whoosh on open. Start walking out.
I would say that there is like two skeleton guards at the door that open it for you.
Fuck him.
You're just like,
Fuck him.
this
This
is
is Godbound. I think I can. I think I would be allowed to make little gestures like
Oh
that.
yes.
Yes. Okay.
Yes. I was saying generally though, there is also the guards that open the doors. They kind of just like look at you.
Fuck him.
Blink.
No, I opened my own door.
So you summon your haunts, I guess.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and head out to the front courtyard. Obviously, taking the long time to go all the way down the massive fucking building. Eventually heading out the front gate. I will go ahead and I would have more than likely already probably had Steve waiting for me out a little bit past the chamber. So
Yeah, he's your servitor, so he just follows you around.
yeah, I'll go ahead and look over at him and say, "Go ahead and summon forth Hans and Chance. Go ahead
He's
and
going
get
to silently nod.
go
as it
ahead
raises
and
its
get
hand.
the horses ready. The Hanses will need to be quite capable. Prepare them. You are dismissed. As he begins beeline, like he doesn't like speed walk, but he's like just walking efficiently in that direction.
Briskly.
I wouldn't say that's not a speed thing, but just like he isn't taking detours. He's just going straight up, straight towards the front. So I'm guessing Steve is like, oh, quickly moves.
We probably puts the hand like, on the stomach and then kind of, or like the or he like bows to you, just like slightly, about 45-degree bow, you know, as he goes and fetches the others for the.
By the way, can I go ahead and describe my Black Iron Servitor?
Go ahead.
So, okay, so my Black Iron Servitor, aka Steve, is a pseudo-lich. He is made of pale white metal, intermingled with flesh and tendrils on the inside. The metallic bone that makes the outside of his flesh looks almost as if he has a skeletal form underneath, but just kind of clad in this moving cascade of almost as if you imagined bone intermingling with metal itself. But he's very clearly magical. Having no real distinguishing signs of gender on him by any means. But his voice is very clearly masculine. He does have various tendrils that kind of like snake out around him, but his hands are very deep and clawed at the ends. He also has this long protruding crest across the top, almost like a priest's headdress almost. And ahead of time, let me go ahead and describe my greater undead servants. Think of just undead knights, essentially. That's all you need to know. That's really it.
Yeah, they're in full plate armor, like they're beefy.
Indeed.
Wait, are they in full plate? They're 3.
Yep.
They're 3 AC. They're full plate. Yeah.
Yeah, they have 2 AC, full plate, and a shield.
Yeah, they're fucking tanky.
Yep.
I think I gave you any golems, right?
No.
I
don't really have anything besides just those 3 boys.
Your posse.
Yeah, my posse. By the way, my Hanses, for anyone who may not understand the joke, it's short, stocky horses. Very wide.
Yeah.
Truly Hanses, if you will. But they are steeds made of blackened metal. Their insides are just a smoldering furnace. And they leave little blackened hoof prints as they walk. Clearly distinguishable for like a month's time. And they literally consume life through their hooves. But they do not just gallop, they hop. But they are sturdier boys than most. Do not be deceived by their appearance. They move briskly. Far faster than you would assume from their appearance. So, I'm heading to the front gate.
When you get out to the front gate, the Hanses are waiting for you, as well as your I would say your undead companions arrive shortly after, as Steve left to fetch them while you were walking here. So they arrive maybe a minute or 2 after, and you prepare to leave. You have rations, because you may be a Godbound, but you do still need food and drink.
Primarily just me. Literally just
the others
me.
don't. Yeah, the others don't need any. And you get everything that you need to prepare. You have your map, of course. You probably have some side saddles and stuff like that, bags and such on the Hanses to carry your food and such with you. Just some simple rations to keep you going, as well as plenty of water. And then, I would say, what would you say? I'd say it's about midday, and you get on your way. Do you? Actually, I would say it's early. It was early in the morning, yeah, because it'll be March will point leave halfway through the day. So it's early in the morning, and I'm guessing you maybe just set right off to the town.
We're just going
straight away.
Nearly night and day. Yeah, I'm just heading straight on out. I already have all my materials on me. I have my staff. I have my equipment. I'm good to go. And they basically come prepackaged with the shit, so they're fine.
Yeah.
I feel because I can summon plenty of haunces just from thin air. They obviously would have their haunces as well. So I mean, we're moving at a decent pace of like what 20 miles per day, I think.
Yeah, it's somewhere in that area. What was it called?
Let me grab the exact effect for you real quick. Hold on.
Yeah, I have it up now. Or bringing it up at least.
It is
20 miles every hour.
oh shit, that's fast as fuck. That's like what 60 miles per hour or some shit.
No,
No.
it's 20 miles an hour.
Oh no, you're right. I can't math. I was like 20 miles an hour. It's like 60
Miles an hour.
speed, right? Speed? No, I'm just stupid. I'm sorry. But yeah, no, it's 20 miles per hour. That's decently fast for a horse. You know, for like.
Well, it's very fast. It's pretty damn fast for a horse.
The haunces, they gallop. Steeds that never tire.
Actually, no. It's actually quite slow for a horse.
Well, I mean, they are haunces, but they are faster than you'd expect.
True. The average horse. Oh, okay, never mind. They gallop around 25 to 30 miles an hour.
Yeah.
Short distance, they're 55. Holy shit, it's fucking fast. Anyway, you travel. His territory isn't massive or anything like that, so I would say it takes you. I'm guessing you're gonna ride day and night.
And I am supposed to go. I'm supposed to stay within his territory, right? This isn't outside of his territory.
No, but it's near the edge of his territory.
So it's bordering lands. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Fair enough. How long
Yes,
does it take?
that's
how many hours?
That's what I was getting to.
Sorry.
That's what I was asking if you're riding day and night. Or do you make camp during the night to rest?
Well, I have to sleep, so just long enough to sleep.
Or do you want to have one of your undead just hold you while you ride?
What do you mean, like just like baby style, just like baby neck? No,
I don't know.
No, we'll go ahead and make camp, and I will take out my necessary sleeping arrangements while they guard me essentially because they don't have to sleep. So it's easy
It is
that
quite
way.
far, so it takes you about a day and a half to get there. So you rest for one night. There is no issues. You sit down. Your men guard you. You might hear a growl and like when you're getting scared off by big scary undead boys.
Yeah.
Nothing is particularly good at sneaking up on you, as you do have an eye in the sky. For those who were here yesterday, they know what that means. You wake up in the morning. I'm guessing you get straight back onto your horses, put out a fire if you
Back
have
up there.
one.
I'll eat on the way.
Okay. So you're riding, you're eating your food. Oh, it's about. Wait, what time do you get up? Like how early in the morning do you
After
get
8
up?
hours.
Okay, so it's early in the it's quite early in the morning. You've been riding for about quite early in the morning. You start riding. You can smell like the morning dew, and it's a fairly brisk day. You're riding through the forest. There's no complications for about 2 or 3 hours.
Okay.
It's a bit closer to midday. It's a little bit away, but it's closer to midday when Steve looks over to you and says, "Master, there's something ahead. There's a group of men approaching us from ahead. Should we stop, or should we try to rush by them?"
I'll just go ahead and pull the reins back a little bit for them to stop. As I'm assuming all the other 3 of them kind of just stop a little bit and kind of just stop a little bit in front of me, kind of like almost turning slightly. As he'll turn and look over at Steve and go, "I think we should stop and just hear what they have to say. What do they look like? Give me a rundown report."
They seem to be quite ill-fitted. Basic spears for the most part. Maybe some with some cobbled-together armor, but nothing too worrying.
Do they appear to be familiar by any means? Do any of them appear to be of any form of importance?
Not that I would know of, but I've not been to this part of the land before, even in your father's territory, so I wouldn't know particularly well.
All right. How long until they get here?
It seems like they are moving quite slowly through the forest. It seems like they're watching watching the road.
I see. All right. We'll move slowly, trotting, until we get close enough that we can make a bit of an appearance. But before, wait a minute. Does it look like they're setting up an ambush?
No, they seem like they're watching the road and everything around them. I'm not entirely sure what they're doing.
Do they appear to be afraid?
Paranoid, maybe.
Paranoid? Well,
I can't quite see exactly from this distance, but they don't seem particularly. What the fuck's where my brain's blanking? Like, God damn it! They don't seem particularly aggressive towards anything in particular.
all right. Well, inside that case, we'll go ahead and approach them. Go ahead and start a full gallop, and once we get close enough that they're within at least eye shot, we'll go ahead and slow on down. And then I'll just go ahead and flick the fucking reins. Ooh, okay.
Not familiar.
Okay, so where do you want me to place my boys
Um,
down?
on the road in the bottom of the map, I would say you're not quite in eye shot yet, but you can hear like the marching in front of you of quite a lot of men.
You know, I'll go ahead and have, say, Hans and his boy right next, you know, like kind of like inside this kind of formation. I suppose just because of how wide the road is. You know what I'll do? I'll put Hans as red and I'll put Chance as blue because it's cute. All right. Do you want me to just start moving?
Yeah, you can start moving slowly forward.
Do I see them by chance?
Not yet.
Okay. Zoop.
And as you turn the corner there, you can see farther ahead. You can see that there's a split path going on somewhere else in the distance as well. Then there's also ahead of you a bunch of men. They seem to be in like pretty shoddily clothing. They're all quite well built. They have things like axes and spears and stuff like that, like all like general stuff like peasants would have, like guardsmen would have, like spears and axes and the like. None of them, they don't seem to be particularly well equipped, but they look extreme. Like they look, you can like they're sweating, like they're freaked the fuck out.
Okay, fair enough. All right, so I guess what around like here-ish, we should stop galloping and just start walking.
Yeah, they see you and they look a bit more aggressive. They have like their weapons kind of brandished up. You see them shaking, and you hear one near the front yell, don't go any closer."
He's just gonna raise his hand up in like a "do not be alarmed" kind of motion, as he go ahead and says, let me see if I have any spells.
Fuck.
You good?
My
Holy
phone
shit.
fell.
Yeah. He's gonna go ahead and let's see here. What would be a good spell to use, or at least a good effect? I don't really have any spell for this. That would be good. I don't really have any magic. That would help me here. Yeah, so I suppose I'll go ahead and just kind of call out, "Do not be alarmed. We do not come in with any form of ill intent," as he just kind of yells off into the distance. As they will continue to slowly move forward.
You see them kind of like relax a little bit as they look at you, kind of approaching, and they're like, you hear one of them look, one looks at the other, and you hear him say, "They're talking. I don't think they're Like those things from earlier.
Now, to be fair,
Maybe they
they
can
are
help.
scary as fuck. I do not blame them for being terrified.
Yeah.
Um,
But
okay,
as you can tell that before they even saw you, they were terrified. Like there's something that's freaking them out.
fair enough. By the way, is that their actual size right there, or?
It's a mob.
Well, yeah, but how many people are in a mob again? Like six, like 10?
That's about 20.
But okay, then shouldn't that be much bigger
Surprisingly not.
than a 9 by 9? I'm
I
sorry,
guess
than a three by three.
they're all pretty well packed
Oh,
together.
they're packed together. Okay, so they're all like shoulder
They're
to
like
shoulder.
they're like watching, like they're not like anything like close. Like you can kind of see them start kind of dispersing a little bit. So I'm gonna increase their size now to being a little bit bigger. But
So what he's gonna do is,
that's about their footprint now.
upon getting a little bit closer, this is far enough away to actually talk to someone. Just if not raise your voice a little bit. He's gonna call forth and go, What is y'all's current? What's got y'all so spooked?
You see, one of them kind of looks at the rest of them. You guys see him like steel himself a little bit as he has a spear in hand. He kind of walks up, plants into the ground. Most of us were the town guard of a nearby village. We're doing our best to flee from what happened there.
What happened to y'all?
I don't know what happened to them, but they started to act strange. Their eyes became glossy. They wouldn't respond to us. Our friends, our families. As it slowly started spreading through the village, we decided to get out while we could.
What happened to your guard that should have been sent by the church? What happened to him?
That is me. I was trying to investigate what happened there. But, well, by the time I knew it, well, it was already too late and we had to just try our best to evacuate.
I see. Well then, you're inside luck. I've been sent by the good master himself.
You see him kind of like light up a bit more. It's like, ah, thank you. Please, do what you can to save our families.
He looks them over a little bit. As he looks over at him and he goes, So you said they went glossy, yeah?
Yes, as if they were blind.
Can you give me any other descriptors as to what exactly happened? Other than just they seemed mesmerized and the such.
Well, that was all we could really tell. We left there about a week ago. We've been moving slow. It feels like something's watching us in the forest. So we've been moving slow and not getting very much rest.
He's gonna look over at Steve and go, Do you happen to see anything?
You see him kind of close his eye. Alright, well, whatever comes for eyes from him, really. And then he opens them again, looks at you and goes, No, young master, there doesn't seem to be anything in the area. Not that I can see, at least. Although the thick trees might be the cause of that.
You see him nod. He's going to go ahead and reach his hand on over to the side as he yeets just grabs the space in the air, just rips open a fucking portal through the air. As he looks over to him, he goes, If you want some safety, this will take you straight back to the church. You can arrange transport there.
You see most of them kind of like nod to you and say small words of thanks and such. They're quite quiet due to the fact that they're all highly sleep deprived. You can see they're very thin. They're very malnourished. As most of them go through, the one that originally talked to you though, that had the guard, he's a bit more well equipped than the rest. He has like a helmet on, a bit of armor, and a baton as well. He looks at you and goes, Thank you for everything you've done. Please help our village.
So look down at him, just through the little holes in his fucking helmet, as he goes, if it wasn't for the fact that you all live underneath the church's protection, I would not have spared you today. Understand that because you give your allegiance to us, you were spared today. Work hard to repay that debt.
He nods at you and say, "Our lives are forever in the church's debts." As he and the rest quietly go through the portal.
And then I wait fucking 15 minutes because I don't have a choice.
I would say you can close, like, as long as there's nothing trying to go through it.
Well, I mean, I don't get a choice, necessarily. It just says it's. I mean, if you'll let me do it, that's fine. But
That's what I'm saying. I'll let you do it.
I'm just saying traditionally.
As long as you're not trying to close it on someone, I'll let you close it early.
Oh, okay, fine. It's a bit yeet. Then.
Yeah, I'm not letting you pull some fucking Stargate shit and you're cutting someone's arm off or some shit using portals.
I'm gonna go ahead and start skedaddling then.
Let me reveal more of the path. There ain't much more though. You kind of just there's just road here and that's it. It goes off into the distance.
Keep going.
Well, that's all. So that's all their map. That's all map there is.
That's the entire session. That's it.
No, that's all this map has. The next isn't a battle map. It's just the actual town. Let me get my home brewery sheet up so I can give you the description of the village. And let me change the music over. So you ride a bit farther down the road. It takes you another couple hours. It's about a bit past midday at this point. And you can tell that if they were since they weren't on horseback, this is a pretty good distance, especially on not much rest. And then you come across the town. At first sight, when you're a bit farther away, it looks pretty normal. You see people walking around, nothing seems to be wrong. But then you get a little closer.
Oh. Ah, yes.
As you enter the village, the smell of death and decay hits you.
Beautiful.
As the people wander around, their eyes are dull and glossy. Their eyes seeming like they have no soul in them at all. Many even lay dead on the ground in various states of decay. Most haven't been dead for too long. You can tell it hasn't been more than a week since everything had started, as the guard had told you previously. Some buildings lay dilapidated. One or two of them have even collapsed entirely. As you look if you look to the ground, you can see that the grass and should be at this time of year, should still be fairly alive, is dead. And you can see that you have an odd feeling of something watching you. What do you do?
Well, of course, up to this point, I would assume Steve is constantly viewing. I would be, I could only assume he would be giving me updates.
He's watching the area around. He hasn't anything to say though.
Okay. So we're at the village, right?
Mm-hmm.
Let me go ahead and can I just vibe check to see if these humans, I suppose, are still alive, or if they're just meandering, shambling undead.
Using your undead. All right, what are you using for that, or just generally?
I'm just trying to discern real quick.
Ah, okay.
I guess essentially what amounts to a perception check.
Yeah, I give you that since you've been you've seen undead your whole life, so I don't think you roll for it or anything. I would say it's basically it would lie under one of your facts essentially, so it'd be an auto success. As you look around, they seem alive, they're still intact. The ones that are, of course, on the ground dead are dead. They're not moving. They don't seem they're going to be undead. They still seem perfectly living. They're little in the mountain, they seem thin, they have and a little bit like their clothes are worn and damaged,
I see.
and quite dirty as well. And it seems like they're not really wandering with purpose. It's more like it seems like they're trying to go through like a daily routine, but with no goal in mind. Like they're just wandering where they
Oh,
usually would like walk in a day.
I see. Um, I suppose I'll go ahead and look over at Chance and Hans and go ahead and be on guard. We may very well have to slaughter quite a few of these civilians. If they are, I would like you to go ahead and stack them outside the village when we're done. However, unless they appear to become hostile, don't bother. Let's try
They
and find the source of what's going on.
they draw their swords, are keeping vigilant.
Just have
Steve
them at the
also
ready.
is. Steve is still watching the sky as well as getting his own attacks ready in case anything bad goes down.
Let's go look over at Steve and go, does there look to be any type of focal point around here? I know you can see the entire village. You happen to see anything of strange note?
Not nearby, no.
Well, then I suppose we just walk around, see what's going on. As he just kind of like sets the fucking hunts to trot, sort of slow. Just keep going. Just start wandering throughout the village, I suppose, just looking around, just being
Not
vigilant.
even not even dismount the hunts.
No, will not dismount the hunts. The hunts goes. It's untireless, so I'm just gonna keep going.
Mm-hmm. The hunts actually slows down a little bit.
Weird.
They feed off of life energy in the ground.
Oh, fair.
There's a little there's an abnormally low amount of life energy in the area.
Mm.
Okay,
Yeah.
what do you take any special look at anything?
Not in particular because I haven't really seen anything of actual interest yet, besides just the people. But I'm staying out of their way because I said specifically that I would try and save them. So I'm gonna try my best not to just mindlessly murder the people who are here.
Mm-hmm.
Plus, especially because they're under our protection. Otherwise, I would just mindlessly slaughter them.
Yeah.
So I am going to just be like walking or like using the haunts and patrolling the town, going through, occasionally sending Chance and Hans into houses that are like open or whatever, or
Mm-hmm.
appear unlocked to just investigate for like a minute or two. And if they come back and nothing's weird, we're just going to the next
House.
interesting area. Yeah, basically.
So when they go in the houses, you can see that if there is someone inside the house, they're eating they're just basically eating like raw meat. But the meat they're eating doesn't seem right. It seems fairly normal, but it seems to be have a strange liquid coming out of it, like it's tainted with something.
Gross.
Mm-hmm.
All
So
right.
there's like a black substance, and they're eating their bare hands, just like stuff in their mouth with raw meat.
Of course, why wouldn't they?
Obviously.
All right. Let me go ahead and find one of the corpses on the ground.
Okay.
I'm gonna go ahead and look over at Steve and go, speak with it.
You cast.
Speak with it. Gotta speak with that.
Mm-hmm. You cast Speak with Dead.
Mm-hmm.
You see, it's how
Mm-hmm.
to put it. Well, how to put it. Its soul is being held captive, essentially, making the spell unable to work.
Oh damn. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's fair. All right.
That
So.
in itself, though, already tells you that there's something that's affecting these people.
Oh, I know. I figured.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. I suppose then. Um. Might want to go ahead and Let me. Is there at any point inside this village where the there's big congregations, or there's what seems to be like the source of like negative life appears to be strongest, or anything around here?
Um, hmm, make me an in check.
In check, sure. By the way, you're gonna want to set the audio to loop.
Oh yeah, this one doesn't shorten the other one.
Nope. That is a natural one.
Well, there might be.
Yeah,
There very well might be, but
cool. Thanks.
I'm sorry, man. You're holding that one.
I can't do anything about it.
Basically, when you try to like read for like a source of negative energy, it just feels like it's all around you. Like this whole place is like drenched. Like when you kind of put your mind to try to feel where negative energy is here, it feels like you're in an ocean. Like it's that bad here.
Is there a church anywhere in here?
You can see that you do see an old church, but is one of the 2 or 3 buildings that has collapsed. If you look a little closer, you can see like an arm that like of someone who tried to like get out essentially, but have been crushed under the building.
Fair enough. All right then. Can I suppose there anywhere where the Hanses start feeling extra sluggish, in particular?
Like they're not moving like super slow, but a little more on the larger side. No, the whole place seems to be pretty well even there. Remember though, they do have this one just a little bit to help you think a little more. It's about a medium-sized village, and they did have communications with the church. So
they did have communications.
And they previously had communications with the church and stuff like that. So they would have certain infrastructure that a medium-sized village would have.
What do you mean, like a post office?
Well, like guard posts, village chief.
Yes.
Like a small, like little village, a little hut, or like a little shed with some weapons stuff in it, But also, there's likely also a village chief.
Yeah, I suppose, but I would have figured that the soldiers who came from this fucking village would have said something about that if that was a thing that was important.
I'm just giving you places to investigate, my guy.
I suppose we'll check there then. Yeah, sure, let's go.
What the guard post? You get there, and you see like one of the guards. You can guess who had been left behind is stuck up against one of the walls. He's kind of slumped down a little bit. His eyes are even more glossed over. And you see him kind of try to stand up and falls against the wall. Like he's nearing the end of his life.
Does he appear, like, deathly?
A lot thinner than the rest of them. You can kind of get an unnatural feel from him, as if, like... Because they're still eating stuff, but it feels like they're being drained of their souls.
I see.
In their life.
Okay. Let me go ahead and I guess I'll send Chance and Hans in to investigate the building on foot, just to see if there's anything both alive or of anything like important. If there's anything at all that seems suspicious, to come on out and say something.
You find some stacks of papers of like daily reports, and that's all of really of note of in there.
That's it. Okay.
There's some basic weapons and stuff like that, but there's anything too out of the ordinary. Just their daily reports of what's happening around the village and inside the village.
I suppose then I'll go ahead and head towards the village, like the village. What would it technically be called?
Village elder, probably.
The chieftain's place, I guess. Or like the fuck it. There's like a name for it, but I can't remember what it's fucking called. It's like a
the mayor.
The courthouse or some shit or whatever the fuck. It's
the house of the leader of the town, basically.
Yeah, the
governor's
big
office.
the governor's office, basically.
Mm-hmm.
The big important man's office.
Yeah. You get there, and the building looks on the more dilapidated side. You see, like, one of the second floor rooms is like caved in. It's surprising the whole building hasn't fallen apart yet. Do you enter inside yourself, or do you send Chance and Hans in?
You said the building looks dilapidated as fuck.
Yeah. Like, you don't have by a whole, like, it doesn't look like it's gonna fall over right this second, but it's probably gonna fall apart next day or two. Like, it's not doing too well. Like, it looks more dilapidated than a good few of the buildings there.
Okay. You know what? Because I've had enough of this waiting. I'm getting a little irritated at this point as he just kind of hops off his mount and starts walking in himself.
Okay. You just bust into the door, I'm assuming?
I'll go ahead and just point towards the door, and assuming one of my two greater undead is just gonna run over there and open it.
Okay. The door's unlocked. You get in there, like, there's like the little lobby type room, but past that, I'm guessing you go in the actual office of the
yeah, for sure. I will I will carefully investigate the building.
Seems like most of you see most of the buildings seems fairly fine, but once you look at the door to go like where the actual like elder would be, you can see kind of like the door encrusted with similar black goo that you saw with the food.
Gross. Okay. So what I'm gonna say is I just kind of raise my staff, point it at the fucking door, and I do what amounts to a small concussive blast.
The door fairly easily splinters as you shatter the door inwards. The room is quite dark. There isn't any lights, or the ones that were there have been stuffed out a long time ago. There seems to be some kind of tendril type material creeping around the room. It's almost living. And you see the village elder there at his desk. His eyes are gray, and where his irises normally would be, they're of course gray. There's multiple flowing, glowing, black and purple sigils, like black with glowing purple sigils filling his irises.
You know what?
I seem to squish every so often.
By the way, because this is becoming an issue for me, not necessarily because I can't do it, but because it's for some fucking reason with how this character's seriousness is concerned, I'm gonna drop the southern accent on it because I just fucking cannot consistently do it.
That's fair. That's fair.
So if you guys happen to hear that change throughout this point, I apologize because I've been inconsistently throwing it where I naturally want to put it, and I just can't. So we're gonna do this for the sake of ease of roleplay
And sanity.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Anywho though, I'm gonna go ahead and walk on over to him, raise my hand out in front of him, a good 5 feet away, and just focus on trying to both decipher and dispel this magic.
You can do your very best, but as you do, you feel another presence kind of start trying to creep at you. Like something, you feel like that sense of being looked at grows stronger as it feels like now you have the attention and focus of something.
Mom ain't raised no bitch. We're gonna keep pushing at it. Like, just keep pushing at it.
Roll me a spirit save.
Okay. Let's fucking try, dog. Fuck. Barely failed. 12 out of 13.
Alright. You're unable to dispel it, and you kind of like, it's saying, like, you feel like it's about to, like, essentially grab your very soul if you don't stop trying to dispel it. So I'm guessing you stop and you get sent back a couple feet. You stumble a little bit. Your head aches and hurts and pounds as it feels like something tried to worm its way into your mind. You see these sigils go from purple to red as they start moving more. And you feel an intense sense of foreboding.
Gross. Alright, so what I'm gonna go ahead and do is I'm gonna look over at my 2 fucking knights and go, cut him free. I'm sick and tired of this thing.
You cut it off of them. It was a fleshy consistency. You're able to release him of the tendrils. Although they do seem to be coming from him himself.
I know. I'm gonna go ahead and basically just tell them to put him out inside the in front of the building, safely.
They pick him up kind of by the arms and bring him out front.
I'm gonna step out into the. You know what? Can I investigate the rest of this room to see if there's anything else of actual interest here?
Yes, you may.
What do I do? Like roll a wisdom check?
No, you can see a stack of papers on his desk.
Sure, I will take a look at that while they're carting him outside.
You see the reports from a specific guard. Because that's the thing, you got the reports from the guards earlier. You didn't actually read any of them. You already didn't say that you read any of them.
No, I didn't because I figured my 2 boys would glance through them since I sent them in there specifically.
I thought it's the front sound like I thought you just kind of like looked at them like, oh, just guard reports. But anyway, though, this one was a specific one. Sure. This one was a specific one from that list, and it was saying a specific because one of them was from one of the guards. You don't recognize, of course, any of the names, but you can see by the honorific of the guard captain that some people started acting strange recently, including Alex, one of the other guards. And one of the other reports from, it's a little far down the pile, from a day or 2 prior to that one, is that from the guard Alex, was saying that the hunter that lives just outside of town has been acting strange for the past few weeks. They should probably keep an eye on him. And he'll personally keep an eye on him.
Okay.
As well as a small map of the village and kind of showing where everyone is and stuff like that.
Do I see where Alex's house is?
It's in the town.
Okay.
You can find where that is, yeah.
Would I have been there?
You probably walk by it.
Okay. Would I have investigated it? Because I said specifically I was going into just basically most of the houses just here and there.
Yeah, it seemed pretty pretty pedestrian. It seemed pretty empty though. Yeah, there was no one in there at all. It was one of the smaller houses, so you can assume that he didn't have a family or anything.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I'll go ahead and just kind of pass the papers over to Steve and go. We're heading out into the forest. It's time to go find this hunter. Might have something to do with this. I want to go ahead and explore this idea before it becomes too much of an embarrassment. As I just kind of like rub the side of my head and begin walking outside and hopping back on the haunches.
As you walk outside, you can see that the people are no longer moving. They're now just kind of standing still in a daze. The ones that are near you kind of look at you blankly. But none of them are making any hostile movements.
I'll take note of that, but I'm riding towards... We're gonna begin just like slap the reins once everyone mounts as I just look over them and go, follow me. As I begin fucking, like, basically holding the map with one hand on the back of the Hans, because I'm sure its fucking body is wide enough to hold a fucking map.
Oh, definitely.
And then I'm just basically gonna be, like, looking up and down, following that trail.
So, as you ride out, it's a fairly worn trail. It's been used quite a lot. And you can actually see that it was used with, fucking what they're called. This seems to have been used with a cart a lot. You can see kind of the trail there. As you ride out, it's not too far out, you know, it's only like 2 or 3 minutes. If that even. You're moving quite quickly, correct?
I'm galloping, yes.
Okay, yeah. It only takes a little while. Only, you know, maybe 5 minutes-ish kind of area, because you're moving quite quickly. And you stumble upon, in the midst of the forest, is a fairly small house and a small shed off front with a cart along with 2 dead horses with it. Seems that if you look a bit closer, they died of malnutrition.
So there's, so I am at the house, correct?
Yes.
Okay. And outside there's the cart and the dead horses?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'm going to go ahead and ride up next to the cart and see if there's any actual corpses besides the horses.
Nope. The cart is oddly empty, and it seems like, um, yeah, like I said, it seems fairly empty. It has like some crates in it, but if you peek into those, they're also empty.
I'm going to go ahead and walk up to the front door of the house.
Mm-hmm. Actually, also I say that the cart. I was trying to remember what the word was, but
Oh.
you can see that like a bit of plant life has kind of grown on it. Like it's been there for like a little while. Like it hasn't been moved.
So it's clearly been there for at least a week. Okay.
No longer than
Oh,
that.
fuck. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I suppose then, I will go ahead and go up to the front door, stand a couple feet away, as I will go ahead and preemptively rip a undead spirit from the ethereal.
All right.
Just go ahead and just basically point towards the ground outside in front of the door, and then just like curl my fucking fingers into a fist as I raise my hand, just calling forth this fucking ghost from the ground.
All right. As you do, the spirits of hell kind of get drawn up from the ground and they coalesce into this spirit. That will do your bidding. Would you describe what the spirit looks like?
Sure. Let's go ahead and have it be, what amounts to a ye old fucking, like, what looks to be a mage from years long past. A feeble old man in appearance, holding on to a staff. If you've ever played Elden Ring, think of the old noble that you get at the beginning of the game. So like a decrepit old man, who seems to be clad in like robes, like mage's attire, holding on to a quarter staff with a small spectral gem at the top. As I just ripped out a old master mage ghost from the pits.
Exceptionally old because
Yes.
how old magic is.
Yes, old magic. And I'm gonna go ahead and look over at Steve and just kind of give him the look. Give him the look.
Oh, to get combat ready.
Yeah, go. Basically, I'm saying follow suit.
He rubs his he raises his hand. As same thing, energy coalesces from the ground, and it creates another mage, equally as old and decrepit. Its robes look a little different, as if it might be from a different country or something, of different origin. But it's still quite old, quite decrepit. Leaning over on his staff, hunched over, eyes sullen, as they both grip their staffs tightly, preparing for anything that might attack.
I will nod at him as I go ahead and look over at Hans and go, open that door.
When you open it, the house seems dusty, like it hasn't been used in, I would say about 2.5 weeks.
2.5 weeks?
Mm-hmm. The only place that is moderately more used is he has a small desk off to the side that is like littered with papers. You see papers are stabbed into the walls with like arrow tips and stuff like that. A lot of it is just like crazed writings. So unless you want to look closer, that's about it.
I'll go ahead and look over at Steve and go, you and your spirit, watch outside, keep an eye out on the surrounding area. If you happen to see anything at all, let me know. You, both of you, and the spirit, follow me inside. As I will go ahead and walk through the threshold, keeping a firm eye out for anything suspicious on the inside, as I will go over and investigate the writings.
You get over there, and the writings are extremely hard to decipher. It's a lot of rantings of a madman. Below that, you see also a book on the table, as well on the same desk as well. But upon closer inspection of the book, it seems like it's written by the same person, but it's almost as if it was someone different. Like it's much neater. It seems like something happened to cause him to write like this. Roll me int.
Oh boy.
Please roll better this time.
Well, you told me specifically
Okay.
dump int, so there you go. I passed.
I know.
Success.
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 But it's a coin flip if you succeed or not, basically.
Yeah.
You can sever some of it, and it seems like he's ranting about something in in a forest that he hunts in. That something fell from the sky, and it's been finding him in his dreams, and wherever he walks, he feels like he's being watched.
I'll look at the two of them and go, investigate the rest of the house. I'll be out front. Let me know if you two find anything. As he immediately starts walking to the front of the side of the building. I'm assuming I just hear the sounds of a house being torn apart.
Oh yes, this is like straight up like FBI raid type level.
Ripping down.
Like they're ripping shit around, they're throwing shit. In his bedside table, one of them finds a very weird like stone pendant with the same sigils on it as the chief's eyes.
Oh, neat. So I'm assuming they'll bring that out to me here in a minute. But
yes.
I'm gonna go out front and look over at Steve and go. As I describe the thing that's been like in the area, from the writings, I'm gonna go ahead and tell him to be on the lookout for that, and if he happens to see anything, let me know.
Okay. He nods to you and keeps watching the area with his eyes and the sky. Also, I will say with the pendant, it seems like a stone pendant, and they're not like magic runes. It seems like they were carved into it by hand, or like with like another stone or something.
Yeah,
like that.
I'm gonna tell whoever brings that the fuck out to destroy it.
They smash it under their boot or under their. I guess yeah, boot makes sense.
Yeah.
It shatters. Nothing really special happens. Do you guys get around the house as well? You said.
Oh yes, for sure.
You can see like almost like black roots, like are under the ground. You can see them here and there. Most of them are actually under the ground.
Do they kind of lead? Do they appear to lead in a certain direction? Oh,
they do. You can trace them back to the shed.
Okay. I'm gonna lead everyone over to the shed. I'm guessing the shed is shut. Yes.
Yep. You hear nothing from inside. No movement or anything.
Yes. If I've ever gotten the feeling of concussive blast the door, this is it.
I'm telling you now, out of character. Yeah, the door is locked. Yeah, it says yeah. You're
if I've ever felt the need to concussive blast the door, keep in mind when I say concussive blast, I mean just kind of raises staff, points in the direction, and basically just does a small boop of magic towards the door. You know, what amounts to like a very small like magic missile. You know, just boom, boom.
As the small like ball of energy hits the door, envelops it, and just blasts the door in. Door shatters with ease. You can see the inside's blackened because as the shed door is bashed open, with the magic, you get that same sense of foreboding from earlier when you tried to disable the magic envelops you as you smell the strong and unmistakable smell of ash. As before you lies a small stone with fiery red cracks covering it, with those black tendrils coming out from the stone and reach out to the rest of the room and the rest of the area around it. Your head begins to hurt as that same feeling from earlier, as something tried to enter your mind, happens again, but much stronger this time. Make me a spirit save.
Of course. We set it to light mode. By the way, guys, I do have to set this to light mode because for some reason this game on Roll20 decides, fuck you, you can only read the chat in light mode. Really? Wow, holy shit. Dude, the target save on here is crazy.
You're also
level
rolling
1
really,
Godbound, dude.
You're rolling really badly as well.
I am rolling really poorly.
Okay, so here you have two options. One, you can use effort to insta succeed the save. The other option is
Die. Yeah. Okay.
no. Another option to not get affected. It is a hostile effect affecting the area. Hint, nudge, nudge, nudge.
That's not up to me. That's up to him.
That's true. Yeah, he's going to use Black Rain. Shed the Black Rain. As it affects your mind, you kind of hold your head. He's going to quickly raise his hand as if he's slash in the air, as if he's severing something. The pain resides slightly. As he kind of
immediately cast Ray of Sickness
on the stone.
Yes.
The stone explodes. It's not hard to hit. You just, it's just sitting there. So you hit it, it explodes into black flames, which will stay around for a odd amount of time. They don't hit the building or anything like that. There's not much left for it to burn, really, because the whole building is kind of scorched. As you hear a deafening scream from within the forest.
Is it from a specific direction? Or just all around? Okay.
Yep. This is a direction.
Jump on the haunts. Let's go.
Alright.
We moving, boys. Jump on that haunt. Full gallop, leaning forward and everything, like racetrack shit.
You see something jumping between the trees. It's below the tree line. It's not above the trees, so it won't be seen from above. But it's some kind of weird creature jumping between the trees. It is also quite fast. You can't quite catch it on horseback. It's just a little bit faster.
Faster than Hans? Man, the speed of a raging Hans. Damn. But
it's also not really a set path in the forest, so you're slowing down a bit.
Okay.
You're kind of just galloping through the forest. There's no path or anything for it, so it's just jumping between the trees.
And
so it has an easier time jumping between trees.
I will go ahead and... I'm assuming Frayed Ice isn't going to work at all for this.
No, they will not.
I'm just going to start literally raising my staff and just shooting shit at it.
Okay.
Just this entire... I'm just going to keep blasting towards it.
Yeah, it's gonna keep running. Yeah, it's gonna keep. It's not like, actually, I wouldn't say it's faster than you, but it's not gonna outpace you and get away from you. But you can't catch it.
Do I? Wait, hold on. Do I see it though?
Occasionally. Why?
Told dead. Told dead.
Oh, okay. Saber sucks spell, right?
Yeah, spirit save.
Let me get it.
Spirit save D8.
Figure out which one was again.
Here it is specifically. Is it within 60 feet of me? If not, chill touch.
Oh, yeah. I would say it's a little farther than that.
Because if it's not within 60 feet, then I would assume it's within 120. So chill touch.
Oh yeah, it is. You can chill touch.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then it's just gonna be I attack it until I hit it at least once.
Okay.
Because if we're in a chase situation, it's just gonna keep dodging. It's gonna be a until I hit it kind of thing. You know what I mean?
Oh, I also will tell you though, since you have seen the map, you know that it's running straight towards a mountain.
Towards a mountain.
Like a mountain range. Yeah, because remember this area is in a valley.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
It's running straight towards that, so that means it's gonna get dead ended, more than likely.
True. Yeah. Chill. I'm just gonna be spamming chill touch every time I can.
Okay.
It's an easy spell. It doesn't take a lot of energy out of me, and I just summon a hand and swipe at it, right?
Yeah. Roll attack. 6 AC.
6 AC. Gotcha.
Hit takes 1 damage.
Well,
it's not worth it.
Hold on. That's just the to hit, because remember, I don't have chill touch as an attack that rolls to hit. But I do have it as a die, because some of these spells have multiple dice. That would be 3 straight if it's a lesser foe, if it has equal to or
worthy.
If it is worthy, then that is 1 damage.
Okay. Yep. That's about right. I'm not sure what is the max damage you can even do with that. I think it's 4, right?
I could only do 2 damage max if it's a worthy foe.
Okay. Yeah. Trying to figure out the
not
damage
a lot, but enough.
Yeah, that's fair. I was driving the
I
what's called
essentially
real
want
fast.
to hit it enough to get it to like stumble and we catch up to it. You know what I mean? That's the idea here.
Yeah. Okay. You can see the mountain range getting pretty damn close. You only have about 2 more turns before it hits that.
Sure.
So
Do you
you
want
can
me just
attack
to roll
twice.
2 more times?
Roll 2 more times.
Miss. Damn. Oh, that's a miss as well. So 2 misses, 1 hit. It's at least one less hit point on it.
So you see it kind of, you get to the mountain range, and you see it dive into like an entrance to somewhere. Do you follow it in? You can hear it still running. Like as it gets in, it just keeps running.
I suppose so.
It seems like it ran into like a cavern.
Oh, but it's not like a pit or anything that like.
No, it's a cavern.
Oh,
Like
okay,
it's like
okay. Yeah, I'll follow it as best I can on horseback until I can't anymore.
Okay, yeah, you can you sprint into there. It seems like an oddly smooth out. Like, it seems like something that was more dug.
I would
than
assume
anything
I can
else.
conjure just like what amounts to produce flame.
Mage light.
Mage light. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, I suppose then I'll just hold up my staff and just use it as a flashlight.
Top of the map, by the way.
Okay.
Let's track us anywhere. It gets a little too tight for the haunches, but you can still pretty easily run in. And you hear it stop. But as it does, you hear like a slash and a crash and tumbling. It sounds like the sounds of a cave in, essentially. From ahead of you.
Boosh. We are running, boys. I'm gonna let Steve go in front of me though. The spirits kind of go behind us.
Get in there though, and I'm guessing you're sprinting through.
Yep.
Yeah,
Still being wary for traps necessarily, but I mean, like we're going at a fast enough pace to not like stumble over ourselves.
Yeah. Oh, you have a lot of fucking units. Christ.
Oh, it only gets worse from here.
I was thinking it's gonna go from less of this. There's no else to doing this kind of thing with the cavern and all that kind of. This will not be viable later on.
No.
Which path do you take?
I would take the right path, since it's quicker and easier. I would assume. I'm going the direction I hear the cave in at. I would assume it.
It'd be the other way.
Oh, the other
you can't. It'll be the other way, but you can't really distinct that because it's just so like it just rings through the entire cave.
Okay, then
essentially.
I suppose then I guess I'll go. You know what? If I can't discern, I'll go to the right then. It's the closest pathway that opens up.
Yeah. So you kind of you keep going down there, and you are met with. The reason I was like, yeah, whatever, because this is a dead end. But at the dead end, you can see the bodies of a lot of animals. I don't have them on the map, of course, but you see a lot of bodies of like dead animals that have been ripped open, and that are leaking that same black fluid from earlier.
Then we shall go the other direction. I quickly turn around, start moving.
Dash back. You're lucky you did not try to run away from that time. Down here, just another little dead end over here. But then this way, it's actually open. And then as you get around this corner...
Oh, shit. Turnover spooked me. What the fuck is that? It's a little guy. It's just a little guy. It's just a little guy.
Let me get my homebrew back up again to read this. And its eyes stare at you as the... It's still like, a one tile thing, but it's a quite large creature. It may have once been human, but now no longer. As its eyes meet yours, you grip your staff a little tighter as it just stares deep into your soul. And I'll roll initiative.
All right. I don't think we have an initiative button. I do not.
Not.
No, we do not. Did you just want me to roll dex?
I have lots got up right now, so it seems there is an initiative.
I should have asked this yesterday, to be fair.
Yeah, this should be our one thing. Yeah, just roll dex, it's fine. not have Dex? Wait a
Do you
minute.
just want them all to roll on my initiative?
They're all, yeah, it's gonna be all on your initiative. It's fine.
Yeah. Well, oh yeah, that's right, because all of your units roll on the owner's turn.
Yeah.
So that is a 6. That is a 6.
Okay. And then they don't actually have like stats or shit like that, so I'm just gonna have them just gonna roll d20 straight.
Okay.
I think that's just what you do as well, honestly.
Yeah, that is
Yeah,
what I
it
do
is.
as well.
Alright.
12. That's above me.
Okay, it is.
Oh, don't forget to replay the you guys said the loop.
I did actually said it's a loop. Oh, pause your inactivity.
Yep. That'll do it.
Well, research your music anyway.
Oh. There we go. Bars. Alright.
Ah, I just didn't turn on labor accident. Did I do that? No, I couldn't run there. Just ignore it.
Bitch. Have at the knave.
That's turn. Let me add you to turn as well.
You could just add my 1 token. It's not that big of a deal.
I am doing that.
Yep. I'll go ahead and take my turn, then I'll have all my allies turn right after me.
Yep. So it's gonna kind of scream at you as it sprints up to you. You know, it's gonna turn straight up to. Do I want to be a dick right now? No. It's gonna sprint up to Steve.
Steve, the OG.
Yeah. As its claw will kind of spike out. As it's ready to attack. What's the AC?
0.
It's an unlikely to hit, but still.
No, it's very unlikely.
Oh, damn.
No.
It's gonna slash at you. It only gets 1 attack, so it's not gonna do much of anything. But it's gonna sprint over you, slash at you. And that'll be the end of its turn.
So, I will go ahead and, I am going to, obviously use my Fray Dice, so that's going to be a straight 1d10, because I have Wizard's Wrath. So that is going to be 1 damage, just off the bat, as I take my staff, point it in its direction, grabbing right above my wrist, pointing the head of the staff down as I just do a real quick boom straight in front of him.
It's gonna get hit. It's gonna slam to its body. It's starting to bleed more. Its blood is a pitch black color. It's going to scream as it holds the wound and kind of cowers back almost a little bit.
I am then going to cast Toll of the Dead. Spirit save.
It's yeah. Saves don't generally matter too much, like what kind of save it is, because NPCs just have a save. That's it. It's going to fail a save. Roll damage.
That is 4 damage, or technically 1 damage. That's 1 straight damage. So that is 1 normal damage, but
you're running down. It's very injured. Like you see, it, like kind of like it kind of staggers to the sides a little bit.
do you want me to go ahead and do the attacks for all my NPCs? Okay, cool. Steve, having his auto hit attack, is going to go ahead and slap him down with just kind of raise. Yeah, it's just
wait, boss.
What?
How would you like to kill him?
What?
How would you like to kill him?
He only had 2 HP.
He had 2 HP left. He had 5.
Fuck. Okay. So, Steve is going to just like reach his hands up as 2 like bony, elongated tail-like appendages burst from the ground, as the ends of these tail-like appendages are just a massive spike of bone and metal that just reach on up and with 3 of them interlock dead center mass as they just pierce through its body, 1 in the front and 2 on either side, as they both, when they burst from the other end, twist around and just drag it to the floor, basically just pulling it down to its knees.
And that is this combat. I guess this was the.
I feel like Hans is kind of Hans and Chance feel kind of cock blocked here. You know.
Oh, no need to worry. You hear a sound from behind you.
Oh. What?
You hear a saying,
Oh,
enter
shit.
the cave.
I looked at the beginning of the cave. Holy shit.
2 more appear. Actually, I'm having them pop up a little farther, then that's just oh no. Not meant to there. There we go. Just so we can
scrolled up and I saw them at the top.
It's gonna be 3 more of them coming in.
Alright, so I'm gonna go ahead and have these spirits kind of roll on up. I'm gonna have them go right up to there. Next. And they have the spirits specifically, since they run off of the same stat block as the configuration, they have a ranged attack of 60 feet, correct? Right?
Yeah. Conflagration. Yeah.
60 feet range. So they're basically gonna raise their little staffs and pew! What's their AC? 6?
6.
Right. They're both gonna attack them on the left.
Yep. 1 hit. 2 hits.
Nice. Alright, so that's gonna be bam bam. So that's 3 damage total.
What is their plus to hit?
8.
Why is it 8 plus 6?
Because it's the flat dice roll plus 8. Remember, it's a
Well, no,
D20.
it's plus 8 plus 6.
Let's see here. What would it be? Well, they have.
Oh no, because it's because the AC thing.
Yeah.
The high AC
Yeah,
works in this game.
it's because of AC. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. God, AC works weird in this game.
Yeah, AC does work. AC does work weird. But I mean, hey, pew! Both of them
That
just
is
basically
3 damage.
glintstone shard. Pew!
Oh my god.
So the 2 old men ghosts just kind of shamble on into the passageway as they both point their fucking staffs together as a large fucking bolt of magic springs forth and just flies through the air and just blasts and shatters against its midsection.
It's gonna stagger back as the kind of magic. You see the effects on the magic as like its skin was glows blue as blood drips down. It stumbles a bit, but it's still going strong.
I'm gonna have these 2 boys start rushing on up. Basically, just shields in front of them, swords
Don't
at
think
the
they have
range.
30 feet of movement?
They have 40.
Who do they? Damn.
40 feet.
Mm-hmm.
As they basically just start charging. By the way, isn't this one dead?
Oh, it is. Yeah, I forgot to put the thing on it. Yeah.
That's gonna be it.
Okay. Back to their turn. All 3 of them are going to, well, you know what they're about to fucking do.
Roll up on Chance.
Uh-huh.
I'm sorry, that's Hans.
Hans and Chans. How much AC does he have?
2.
2 AC?
2.
Alright.
He has 3 hit points.
It's a miss.
Miss.
Wow, that was a
Close.
very...
Ooh.
The last one? It's a miss.
Nice.
So the first one, it lunges forward as it had been previously injured. It screams, sprints forward, charging, slashes. Hans manages to duck under it, only to be clipped in the midsection by the second one, also charging forward. It's caused digging into his bony body. Doing some decent damage to his armor, you know, stabbing through his armor and cracking his bones a bit, just the sheer force of being slammed. But he's able to use that to kind of ward off the third, like, move him into the way to keep the third one from attacking. As the third one goes to attack, it slashes, he moves his body in the way, and he is forced to pull back without damaging its ally.
Are we looking at?
Well, let's roll the damage, boss.
Oh boy.
2.
Holy shit, he has 1 hit point left.
It rolled well, Christ.
Jesus Christ, you right. Holy shit. That's his max damage possible.
Yeah.
Alright. Well, I suppose I will move back to there as I raise my staff up and auto hit the one on the left side as well. Fray dice.
Fray dice. Fray dice. Alright, first one goes down.
2 damage.
What is the range of Fray dice?
I don't think it has a range. It's just kind of like you do damage within the vicinity. I think it's just out to your range normally. Like, so if you don't have a ranged option, it's like that. But if you do, you know, I would assume anyway, because I don't think it says. It's kind of like
it doesn't really say. I guess, yeah. Okay. You do some minor damage to him. It kills him.
So I'm basically just going to raise my hand fucking straight upwards as more of the bone tendrils just kind of reach on up and just impale it down, dragging it to the floor. As I am then going to raise my staff and point at the one in the middle. And I am going to cast with a short incantation. No wait, I can't do that one for range. Let me try.
Also, the non-auto hit stuff. Remember, you do have 2 people in the way.
You know what? Let's go ahead and hit him with. Yeah, you know what? I'll take my staff, point it forward, as I swing it from one side, as you see a small spectral bell come down from like a ghostly chain off the end of the staff, as it dings on one side, as I swing it to the other, dings on the other, toll dead.
Alright, roll attack. Or no, it's a save,
it's
isn't
a spirit
it?
save.
Yeah, saves are these guys' weakness. Fucking mad. What's your targeting again?
1 damage. The one in the middle.
Middle one? Got it.
That is 1 damage. And that is going to be it.
Alright, it's back to their turns again.
Actually,
so they're both going to...
Actually, wait, no. I'm sorry. After my specific turn, I have all the NPCs.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Yeah, I have all the NPCs. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is have Hans fucking go for it. Have his ass fucking go for it. He's going to start ripping at him. Short sword, bud. Say not short sword. Sword. So he misses. Chance is going to run on up, stab at the one that's already damaged.
The center one?
Yeah, center one. Ooh, he misses too. Yeah. So, you want to go ahead and describe those two? Two misses.
Hans, after being, he's currently impaled, he kind of swings at him. He doesn't quite get a hit, but he's able to get, the creature off of him as it falls back like a step or two. As Chance lunges forward, slashing, it deftly dodges under the strike, preparing its own right after.
And the 2 ghosts next to me. 2
Okay,
hits.
damage.
Very nice. Holy shit. Alright, so they're basically gonna... I'm gonna go ahead and have one hit one and one hit the other. As they're basically going to both raise their wands up in the air, twirl them around a little bit, as they just cast Magic Missile, and 3 little bolts of what appear to be thin glass fly through the air, go right above my 2 skeletal soldiers, and just slam them right across the chest. So that's gonna be 1 Wow. 1 damage on the one on the left, 4 damage to the one on the right.
Yep, okay. So the one on the right is... they're both at quite low HPs right now. So the one on the left gets slammed by the bolt. The one on the left takes 1 damage, right?
Yeah, the one left takes 1 damage, the one on the right takes 4.
Okay. Don't send me to fucking blue. It's cool. The one on the left takes the second bolt, kind of steps back. Because, so it's like leaning down low, ready to charge up an attack, and now got slammed in the face of the bolt, being sent straight onto its back as it kind of rolls back onto its feet, shaking its head a little bit. The one on the right, on the other hand, got hit straight in the throat. Not quite dead, but you see its like throat like profusely bleeding as it staggers and kind of almost seems dizzy in a sense, where it's like kind of staggered and moving around drunkenly.
I have a quick question. Hope of the Dawn, is that a per scene or is that just natively?
No, it's an effort one, so it's not just native. It's committing effort. It's not just for the scenes for like the day.
It's for the day.
We commit effort for the day, but it's for like it lasts for the scene.
Okay. Then I suppose Hope of the Dawn, because it's already expended. So sure, Hope of the Dawn. Everyone gain 1 HP and +1 to hit.
All right.
As he basically just raises a hand, I suppose, as just necrotic light, like purple necrotic light, just kind of radiates out from him, and just kind of almost like smoke that imbues into everyone, except for me. Just kind of buffs all of them.
All right.
And that's gonna be it. I should have done that first, but you know,
You should have. Don't think it would change much though.
Teach their own.
Yeah, they kind of imbue them as their joints especially glow purple, and their blades are sheathed in a purple light as they prepare try to fight even harder than before. Okay, now it's their turn. Beasts will not give up this easily.
No, they will not.
And their AC again is 2.
2.
That'd be miss. They both miss.
Yep.
The first one, kind of being a little unsteady after being slammed in the face, kind of charges, but Hans, having fought these, for just a little while now, is aware of their patterns. And he kind of definitely steps to the side, its claws hitting nothing but air. Whereas the other one just kind of drunkenly slashes at Chance. Chance barely having to dodge, as it just flails wildly into the air. Back to being your turn again.
I'm gonna fucking Fray Dice the shit out of the one on the right. Yeah, bitch.
How do you want to kill it?
Fuck, 0 damage.
Oh my god!
I guess I miss.
Okay, so you smugly raise your hand for your bonus to fly through the ground and kill it. As it just drunkenly steps to the side, and it just barely, just very barely, the bone comes up. You think it's dead, but you realize its head was a little to the side, so it just, instead of impaling it through the skull, it just grazed the side of its face.
Man,
as it just looks at you and screeches.
What a fucking bitch. Alright, you know what? Ding dong. I'm gonna fucking take my staff and just swing it side to side again. Pull the dead motherfucker.
It's a guaranteed fucking kill it, though. Yep.
Ding dong.
It uses its singular effort to automatically save. I'm not even kidding you, it actually has 1 effort.
My fucking god. Alright. Okay. So inside that case, as it refutes my spell, I'm gonna go ahead and have Steve take the first swing here. He has he auto hits anyway. Doesn't matter. I'm gonna have him basically rip Bones out of the floor and pin the one on the right straight to the wall. 1 damage.
Yeah. It screeches as it gets slammed to the wall. The bones themselves don't kill it, but as it gets slammed to the wall, you hear its final death screech. As its head lays forward and it dies.
I'm then gonna have your boy roll on up, and your lads are gonna go for this. 6 plus 1.
Alright, roll damage.
Nice. And then
Damage.
6 plus 1. Oh, it's plus. Alright, well, that's fine.
Come on, vassal damage, roll me damage.
Fuck you. Now, this is however going to be a +1 to the damage, so that will be a 2, which will be 1 straight damage. So, will be, like 1 normal damage.
Is it a +1 to... No, it's +1 to hit.
Is it not a +1 to damage as well?
It's +1 to hit, that's it.
Alright, well, I suppose that's 0 damage. Damn, that is a fucking crying shame. Oh well.
So the Hans is the one that... no, it's... Which one?
That is Chance who actually hits it.
Yeah, okay, so Hans swings at it. It jumps back just to meet Chance's blade striking in the side. But he sadly hit it in the shoulder and was able to roll the attack off.
Gross. Well, at least there's an opening.
There's lots of openings. Alright, let's turn again.
No.
Oh, yeah, you're gonna be serious, yeah.
I have spirits.
Yeah.
Pew, 2 damage.
Alright, it's... Oh, when actually it's still alive.
It's still alive? Okay, cool. I still have 1 attack.
Okay.
6,
For that's...
Nice. 4 damage.
Now it's dead.
So I'm gonna have them cast Magic Missile again. As just one of them hits it, and the other one finishes it off. You can go ahead and describe it.
So the first bolt hits it. It kind of stumbles back, blood pouring out of its chest. And right as it's about to try to, get ready to defend itself, the second bolt hits it right in the head. Its head being removed from its body as it falls backwards with a thud.
Yeah, that's about right.
And that's
That is it entirely? Okay.
That's that turn order.
We're going to carefully investigate the rest of the cave. Spending no time, we're carefully investigating the rest of the cave.
Down here, it seems like there's a lot of boxes of that. It seems like this place was actually a mining expedition to drill to a small break in the mountains in the middle, where there was a quite nice forest to hunt and gather herbs. It seems like something caused the mining project to be abandoned at some point. But not before they were able to make it through the mountain yet to explore around. Roll me, Fuck, I don't have you roll into just fucking...
For in the cave?
Yes, in the cave. Look around the cave, you see the box and all that.
Sure. I will order them all to take a look around as well. So I guess... Well, actually, that'd be perception, wouldn't it? So that'd be wisdom.
Yeah, okay, yeah. Well, actually, it might be investigation. Success, yeah.
Success.
As you walk around, you see all the boxes. They're full of, old worn pickaxes and some old, miner's clothes. I see some old worn out shirts and some old oil lanterns. This place has been abandoned for a long, at least a few years. You find a stack of papers saying that the mining project was actually a success. And as you see a log of one of the miners kind of on the ground, and you can read through it. And it says something that that was a success. They finally break through the other side of the cavern to this absolutely beautiful forest that had been untouched by people for a long time. And you go through the days, that they're adding supports to it, because the exit was a little on the rickety side. And they're about 2 days into that, they hear a loud boom from outside from in the forest. And that him and the boys are gonna go investigate. And that was the final.
Like in the forest, in the mountain.
Yes, and that was the final note in the book.
All right, I'm gonna go over to the collapsed portion.
Mm-hmm.
And I am going to go ahead and let's begin just I feel like if I just start blasting away, it's gonna collapse the whole fucking cave. So what I'm gonna do is order Chance and Hans to just start clearing rubble.
Okay. Yeah, they start to move away rubble. Takes quite a while, as you don't have anyone who's super strong or anything to do that. You know,
I will
it's
also
gonna take.
keep in mind I will also have Steve help.
Yeah, still they're not. None of them are crazy strong.
Fair enough.
So it's gonna take quite a while.
I can only assume my ghosts will disappear by now.
Yes, yeah, they will.
Yep.
If you want to use that some effort of yours, you could always summon something to make this a little faster.
Summon something?
Yeah, you can just summon a golem.
Well, I can't just spring one forth. It's not how the Legion of Clay and
I know, but you wish it was though.
I wish it was, yes. But it does take a full fucking day for the throne. I mean, I could use effort and make. Sure, fuck it. While they're doing that, I'll walk over to. Do I happen to see any metal deposits by chance?
Yeah, maybe there's a lot of old tools which are made out of metal, so you can use those
Shit.
as well.
I'm gonna borrow Steve and have him group all of them inside a fucking big ass fucking pile. It's a big ass pile. And then once he is done, I'm gonna look over at him and go, take notes. As I begin interweaving the fabric of fucking reality around the fucking pile, as I commit effort and summon forth, causing the wood to cling together and fuse in unnatural ways, almost shifting into itself and melting almost like a liquid as the metal rips from the tools and like melds into this glob of fucking like silly putty material as it all just kind of forms, snapping together, oozing up and snapping into shapes, hardening once again. It is one effort, right? In but 3 turns, right?
Yeah.
Okay. It's one effort. I am going to have it form a metal golem. Unintelligent, but sturdy as fuck.
Alright, you have to go over and start helping the boys.
I'm gonna take a look over at it and say, clear that rubble. Boosh, boosh, boosh.
It's gonna nod, yeah. It's gonna poof over.
Boosh. As I just stand there looking over at Steve, arms crossed, very happy with myself.
He's gonna kind of like look at you like with that look of like wow on his face.
He's like, I may be only a servitor, but wow, that was impressive.
He doesn't know you made him as well, so he knows how powerful you are.
That is one more.
So it doesn't take a crazy long amount of time, but you're able to he's able to bash through the whole thing. Not bash it, I was not bash it, but yeah, he's able to clear it all out. Kind of moving the stones to the side as well to kind of keep the whole thing reinforced.
I will move in this order, but actually, you know what? Here, I will move in this order. You know, probably this order actually, as we go through. So like,
yep,
the 2 boys in the front, Golem in the very front, and Steve in the very back, and I will be the flashlight. Yes.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah. Just make sure you're a flashlight, not a flashlight.
Oh damn. But we will begin trekking through the cave until we reach the forest.
Okay. Yeah, it's just it's not like the whole thing didn't cave in. Basically, what had happened was it had slashed the reinforcements at the mouth of
Oh,
it,
fair enough.
which caused just like this initial area to collapse. So it's a good amount. It's a lot of rubble still, but it's not gonna take like hours and hours. It takes about like, 2 or 3 hours probably. And you're able to move through. And on the other side, you are met with a beautiful green forest. But you can see there's a significantly sized, because you're like on a little higher ground.
Hmm.
There's a significant sized, like clearing in the middle of it,
Okay.
and you feel like you're being you feel like you're being stared at, and you feel just very not afraid, but you feel like a chill down your spine. Do
Yep.
you head towards it?
Upon feeling that, I'm summoning another spirit again.
It's gonna take you a little while to get to the clearing, but yeah.
Ah, damn. All right. Well, that's fine. Never mind.
Just wait till you get there.
I suppose then. Oh, you might want to take a look back at the activity. Oh no, it was me. It was just me. Um, having inactivity
I could,
bullshit.
I could hear it, so I'm like, it should be fine.
So yeah, I'm gonna keep going. We're all obviously gonna be very on guard with this.
Hmm.
But we are going to continue on through.
Within a not super long amount of time, you make it into the clearing. I'm revealing. Give me a second. The massive crater in it, in the middle of it. You know what? I'm just gonna
And you can just
reveal tool work. Fucking
Oh,
work.
fuck.
Reveal tool.
Use the polygon tool. It's so much easier.
Yeah, fair enough. It got stuck on something. That's why I was like, fucking work. Damn it, because it got stuck on like a wall. I got something my screen around there. As you enter into the clearing, though, you can see this is the source of the decay. Everything in the area is rotten and dead.
Can you copy and paste my group from the last map, please?
What? Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it'll make it easier.
I just missed what you said. I'm like,
No, you're good. You're good. Oh,
got some of the rocks as well, apparently.
fuck them rocks. There, you can
Rock
go ahead and delete
boys.
them if you want. There you
I'm on it. Yeah, I'll make sure I don't fucking catch one of your guys. There you go. Yeah, build your thing in however you want.
go. Let's go ahead and have them be basically like this. Why not? Now that we're walking out in the forest.
You enter into the clearing of the forest, and the wonderful smell of oak fades as the smell of ash permeates the area. The ground, like, it seems like this area was, like, the initial area was burned, and then the area past that, you can see, like, the black tendrils in the ground having eaten up the trees nearby. In the center of the clearing, there's a large crater with a massive stone. As you draw close to it, you hear a thunderous boom as a withered hand seemingly made of a black metallic substance, pierces through the top of the stone from within. The ground shakes, cracks into form from the impact point, with smoke rising shortly after. A creature climbs out from the cracks in the hole on top of the stone, laying on a sharp screech. Roll initiative.
Would it have been a fair assessment to while this is happening?
Oh yes, you get some of your guys.
Okay, I was gonna say would that be a justified thing to do? Is go
Mm-hmm,
ahead and
completely.
us both while we're seeing this thing hatch, rip two ghosts out of the fabric of existence real quick.
Hmm. Remember how I said one of these fights is gonna make you shit yourself?
Um,
Remember how I said for the game one of the
zoom in
fights?
on this bad boy. Yeah, that bad boy will be looking kind of not thick but big.
Yes, it's a massive, like, withered creature.
Gotcha. All right. Well, I guess I'll roll a d20.
We'll do the same.
Oh boy, well that's a 14. Nah, okay.
Yeah, you're going first.
Nice.
Don't worry.
Surprise round, I see.
But trust me, you're gonna need it.
I'm gonna raise my hand, point towards it, and go, "Kill that vile, disgusting wretch." As I was, as all my boys, swords unsheathed, charge. How fucking far can these stone golems move? 30 feet. Okay, so let me just basically go. Yeah.
It's out of their range.
Charge, barely.
You
Just
see it
barely.
you see it just sitting there on top of it as it just stares at you.
What I'm gonna go ahead and do, though, is I'm going to raise my fucking staff in the air and just twist, and with a flick of my wrist, I'm going to just fling a fucking ball of magic, Frey dice,
Okay.
right at it.
1 damage?
1 damage. As
Okay.
basically it just explodes right in front of it.
The energy that coalesces, or the the energy coalesces around it explodes. You see, kind of just like lean back a little bit from it, as it just barely notices it. Bro looks staring directly into your very soul, and kind of getting low and ready to attack.
I kind of want to do die, but I feel like if I do die, I'm gonna die.
It's very likely.
Suffer half the target's maximum hit dice. Yeah, I would die.
You also need, don't you need Arcane Connection for that?
I do, sadly. Like I said, I would, but I feel like...
And it could just use effort. You
Yeah,
could just use effort to get through it, and you would just die yourself, yeah.
Well, I mean, isn't that if you actually do it? Not if it
Yeah,
fails?
true. True.
So, yeah.
Well, no, it still does damage. No, it still does damage. If you hit it, it still does damage.
Fair enough. So what I'm gonna do, is, you know what? Let's go ahead and raise my fucking staff as I go ahead and just, in a quick circle, a large spell circle is scribbled through the air as I bestow a curse on it and cast blindness / deafness. Hardness save.
Okay.
Blindness specifically.
Success.
Fuck. Well, that's my turn as far as my boys in particular concerned. So as the spell basically just shatters, he takes a look in front of him as he goes, "Oh, this is going to be quite interesting."
You can hear it laughing.
As he begins to just step, you know, he just kind of like raises his non-skeletal hand and just kind of motions for the ones behind him to step forward. As they do so, right in front of him, we're gonna go ahead and throw some blasts, boys. All right.
AC of 3.
AC of 3, bet. All right. So first thing, Hope of Dawn across the entire field.
Mm-hmm.
That is going to be. He has one more effort left, and then he is going to just reach his hand on up and pierce him with some bone, dealing 1 damage.
All right. This is yeah, this is an auto-hit attack.
It is an auto-hit attack, yeah.
The bone's gonna fly up, stabbing it through the shoulder. You see more of that black blood shoot out the other side. As it staggers it slightly, its laughing stops. Before the bone can retreat, it grabs the bone, just shatters it by crushing its hand. And then you see it roll its shoulder as it just stares at Steve as well. You hear it tell you, puny servant of a god.
Well, fuck you, bitch. So after all the smoke kind of emulate into all of our boys, I'm gonna go ahead and have the two spirits blast away. So that's gonna be 3 plus 1. Pew! Oh, that
All right.
hits. Fuck yeah. Let's go.
Hmm.
3 plus 1.
Oh, nat 20'd.
Woo! Let's go! I don't think it does any extra damage, though.
Doesn't.
So it's gonna be two extra attacks. So it's gonna be 3 damage total as the two old men ghosts quickly just launch their own concussive blasts over as they just volley 2 orbs that go right overhead of the charging skeletons and soldier as the 2 concussive blasts just boom right next to its head on either side.
It raises its arms in defense. As the blasts hit, you can hear it screech in pain, in slight pain. As the smoke fades, you can see its arms are marred with energy.
Nice.
Is that the end of your turn?
I'm assuming they can't ready any actions, so no.
No.
Could be it.
You see it kind of like bring its arms down as it charges forward. First targeting the golem.
Well, that's a 4 AC, buddy.
See it jump down. Wow,
Nice.
what's that?
Woo, let's go. Miss. Let's go.
It attacks a second time.
I'm sure. Nice.
Wow.
Let's go.
Trying to check some effort real fast as well.
Let's go.
So make sure it can't just auto hit with effort. I don't think it can.
No,
but
it
I want to
can't.
check. Sure about that?
Pretty sure. Pretty sure your effort is just to resist.
Yeah, I mean, usually, yeah. Alright, whatever. It's end of its turn.
All right. Your boy is going to just go ahead and nod as I raise my hand, rest my staff on the shoulder of Steve as I summon forth a small bead of energy and just almost like a pinprick laser. Pew! 1 damage.
Alright. It scorches, like it hits its, like the side of its face, it scorches past, blood leaking down, as it kind of squints its eyes at you.
I then, keeping my staff right there, I just summon forth a fucking... well, no, Ray of Sickness is an actual attack roll. It's attack roll's cancerous. Because I would only have +2 to hit versus +2 +5, which would be... That would be a +5 to hit. That's not too bad. Alright, so, yeah, I'll go ahead and just have a fucking another orb this time, just much bigger in front of the crystalline head of my staff, as it just straight on towards it. Ray of Sickness, I'm going to go ahead and roll an attack roll. 3, submit, hit, nice, let's go. So it's 2d6, it's 2d8, which is 6 and 8, which is 2... That's 4 damage total. And,
okay.
And, because of Ray of Sickness, make a hardiness save.
Okay. It auto succeeds.
Damn. Oh, well. Well, it's not poisoned. But anywho, yeah, that's 4 damage as the beam just flies in between the golem and, Chomps. So it just hits it square in the chest.
Alright.
It is a poison beam, by the way, so it's kind of liquidy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it hits it. You can kind of see like it scorches and like ingrains into its body as it kind of tries to slash away the poison, slash away the liquid that it hits.
I then take my staff off of Steve's shoulder, and then Steve, the man, is going to go ahead and just raise his hand upward.
Mm-hmm.
Pew! 1 damage.
All right.
I'm probably gonna say just coming from the earth, just bone shards just fly up at him.
Yeah, they ingrain deep into its body as it kind of staggers back a little bit, doing a bit more damage to it.
Then let's go ahead and cast. No, that's the action. Never mind. It has just a one auto hit attack action. All right, that's fine. Let's go ahead and have ya boys kind of walk on up on either side, flanking, but it doesn't have any actual bonuses. All right, so it's 3 armor plus 1 miscellaneous. For Chance misses. Let's see, Hans miss as well. Shame. Longsword attacks miss.
Mm-hmm.
Let's take a look. See at the golem.
Oh, hits.
Ooh, let's go. Bonk. 2 damage. Big old fucking. You know what? I kind of want to say he has a pickaxe because, you know, minor equipment.
This is made of a pickaxe, yeah.
So that is 3 hit points right now. Yeah, it looks good. Alright, so, yeah, that's a great 2 misses and then 2 damage.
Okay.
From the melee combatants here, anyway.
It kind of grabs the blades they swing towards it, easily blocking them, but of course it still only has 2 hands. And so the pickaxe digs deep into its chest. It screams bleeding more.
Mm-hmm. I'm just go ahead and rolling this as you talk.
Mm-hmm.
But you can go ahead.
Alright, and then the 2 bolts slam into it.
Yep, that's another 2 damage as they're just going to basically shoot little laser beams. Just pew, pew, straight into it.
It is getting quite sluggish, and then the 2 bolts hit it. It takes a step back, kind of rocking slightly. The pickaxe basically being ripped out of its body as it staggers back.
Mm-hmm.
It's getting quite low. It's almost dead at this point.
Marvelous.
Do you end your turn?
Yeah, that is in fact the end of my turn.
Alright. And you can hear it go. You can hear it scream as it raises its hand, glowing red, as it casts a spell. Not a spell, as it uses a gift. It spends an
What gift?
Firestorm.
Oh, wonderful.
Hmm.
Steve, MVP.
Oh yeah.
Steve, MVP.
True.
Yeah, he has 1 free.
Okay. He uses his use Shed the Black Rain. As it reaches his hands out, you know, it gets ready to cast Firestorm, which will basically carpet the entire area in flames. And you're able to get rid of them by using what's it called? Shed the Black Rain.
Mm.
He kind of raises his hands, and as the flames fall from the sky, Steve creates a massive shield blocking you.
Ah, yes, rainfall. Wonderful. Quite hot this time of the year.
Almost like miniature meteors as they fall, slamming into the shield, exploding, spalling flames everywhere.
Nice.
And as it has nothing else to do, you just kind of stagger a bit more. As it basically falls to the side. Onto one leg. It ends its turn.
Marvelous. Wonderful. I'm going to take a step next to Steve as I look over at him, and I'm like, marvelously done. Let's end this. As I raise my open, normal hand, as I just push a cone of air, like a cylinder of air, straight towards it. 1 damage.
Alright.
And then I am going to...
It's dead, by the way.
Oh, it's 1 damage? Holy shit.
How much HP left?
Alright. Ice... Do you mind if I do it?
Yep, you can go ahead.
So yeah, I'll just kind of raise my hand up as I just push a concussive blast through the air that just kind of rips and tears the ground around it as it flies straight down, blowing a fucking hole clean through its chest as it just splatters across the rock behind it.
By the way, do you want to know what that was, Saplock wise?
What?
That was a weak parasite god.
Oh shit, okay.
Do you know why it's terrifying?
Why?
If it hits, it's 1d8 straight.
Oh fuck!
And it's a
Holy
plus.
shit.
That's a plus 10 to hit, by the
Holy
way.
shit!
If he had hit any of your guys, you would have
It's
instantly
crazy.
died.
So like,
Hmm?
straight up, this boy is way out of my league, but I just handled
Not
him.
really.
Well,
Not a huge amount of HP.
oh, not a huge amount of
Like,
fair enough.
no, they have AC of 3. Like, even that's the one I said. Like, it can kill the novice Godbound, but like usually like a party or something that can kill it. Or in your case, you have theurgy and stuff like that. So you have like much. You essentially have the party of a party in your hands. The power of a party in your hands.
Yeah, I do, because I just have a shit ton of summons myself.
Hmm. I didn't want to aim at Hans or Chance, as it would have just instantly killed them.
It was gonna
Like-
do that no matter who.
No, like at least the golem has more AC.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
And actually, and also the golem's a bit more replaceable.
a little bit.
Like if it had hit one of the other two,
Mhm.
I still missed. But if it had hit any of them, it would just if it hit anyone in the party, it would have been killed them except you.
I knew I knew keeping that one effort was necessary here.
Oh well, yeah,
very
that would
nice.
have done like 3d6 to everyone.
Oh yeah, no, that would have killed almost every single person here.
Not straight, but still, yeah.
Oh yeah, no, that would have killed like half the party.
Yeah. That was why it was only its final ability.
Steve is
That's
out
a
here
five effort.
MVP, I promise you.
Mm-hmm.
So what we're gonna do is I'm going to go ahead and you know what I kind of want to do?
But also, it doesn't just die though. As it after it dies, you can kind of hear its death cry, and then it condenses into an item. As it may not be an actual god, so you can't absorb it, but it still does turn into an artifact.
Fair enough. Yeah, I'm assuming the ghosts just kind of fade away into existence as we stop like semi-concentrating on them.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go ahead and just walk up here with Steve as I go ahead and just look down where the monster used to be. What is there?
There is a glove with a nice bright red gem. It's a glove made out of like a black leather material with a red gem on the top of it.
I'll go ahead and head down, pick it up.
Yeah, it feels perfectly fine. You don't know what it quite does. Although it doesn't seem to have any holes in it. But whenever you try to put it on, if you do try to put it on one of your hands, the holes automatically,
I will.
The holes automatically appear, so you can fit on either hand. And also auto sizes to your size.
Oh, nice.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna go ahead and just point my hand in yay direction and channel magic through it.
Okay, I don't actually have the item fully described yet, so
Let me guess, I just cast fires.
it's gonna be some fire related gift, yes.
Fair enough.
The exact one I'm not entirely sure on yet, so you gotta identify it first. It seems to be locked with magic, because it is from a.
Fair enough.
Also, I'd say it's not quite compatible with you, as it's from a parasite god, so it's you should basically purify
I'm
it
just gonna
first.
call it
Essentially.
locked fire glove.
Yes.
All right, so it just doesn't do anything. All right.
Not yet, no.
I suppose I'll take it off and just stick it in my bag, underneath my cloak, just kind of like on my back inside. Just kind of stick it in there.
Mm-hmm.
Then I'm gonna take a look over at the stone that it came from.
Okay. Look inside of it, and it has this almost like galaxy-esque look inside of it, where like it doesn't seem from this world.
I create a golem out of it.
It is not made out of. It's not a normal stone or anything like that. Like you're physically not able to. Like it's not some natural. It's not really stone. It's something else.
You know, I don't need to. It's just a material. It's just soft or hard.
I'm still gonna say no because it's not. It's basically a shard of reality.
Damn.
It is essentially it crashed in from a night road. It's essentially from outside of the normal laws of reality, so it's not. Well, the stone you can make it out of, but the inside it's not.
Okay. So base.
Wait, also, if you want to make a golem out of the stone itself and say I have a golem made out of meteorite, that's a-okay. and that is a flex as it is.
I suppose, yes, but I don't think I'm
yeah.
gonna get any bonuses for that.
No.
Yeah, no. So what I'm gonna go ahead and do is I'm gonna try and make it out of the middle. Realize this isn't working at all. I'm just gonna give up on it. I will go ahead though and request that all 4 of them try and pick up the rock and see if they can lift it temporarily.
It's extremely heavy. You need a little bit more power to lift it.
Okay, let me put it this way. Is it cracked at all? Can I break it up into chunks?
Yeah, well, it's split in half, so yeah, it's a good chunk of it.
Okay.
Yeah, you can probably grab the
Oh, no, I mean break the whole damn thing into chunks.
Oh, okay. You're trying to bring the whole thing with you?
I'm going to open up a portal and then bring it with me, yes.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that would work. You can just create a portal underneath of it.
Well, it's a gate. It's not like a just... I would assume it's like it has to be big enough to walk through. Like a
yeah, that's right. I'm not gonna... Yeah,
that's
letting you make
what...
it... Letting make a horizontal portal opens
exactly,
up some cans of worms.
Especially when it would basically... The end portal is gonna not be flat like that, too, on the ground. You basically just open it up and then it would fall on the other side of whatever portal opening it is. So.
Yeah. Okay, so you open it up. You can kind of like break it up and kind of push it through and move it through. You have 15 minutes to move it through, it's fine. You can break it apart into like 2 or 3 pieces. And move it on through. I'm guessing you're going to call for your dad or something like that, or a guard to tell your father.
Oh, this goes. The gate opens up inside the crypt. So yes, it's already there.
That's what I'm saying. Like, you're going to get like a guard could like fetch your father to actually look at it, so they know it's there.
I'm gonna go to him myself.
Oh, you only have 15 minutes.
Well,
you gotta go back to the village to check out like what happened after you killed the maid god.
Gross.
You're just gonna leave the village without like checking what happened afterwards.
You know what? You know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go ahead and have the rock be sent through, and I'm gonna go ahead and tell one of the clerics that are there, to inform the master. Yeah, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pull one of the clerics over. Look over and be like, inform the master that we have acquired this weird rock, and I'll explain to him very, very, very quickly what happened and what spawned from it. And he's going to say, have him take a look at it if he wishes. I will be back shortly. And then shut the portal.
He's kind of like nods you a little like confused and freaked out as you dip back into the portal.
And then we're going to head right back to the other side of the mountain.
Okay. You get back to
on the haunces and then trot back over. We do have 1 haunce short, though. So we will be going much slower.
Actually, yeah, you guys have some double up. It's fine.
Yeah, okay. I guess Golem goes on 1 haunce and double up skeleton soldiers, so that's fine.
Yeah. Hans and Sean's get their, they're sharing a horse. It's fine.
Exactly.
Okay. You ride back to the town, and you go through the cave. That sense of foreboding being watched is now gone as you arrive back into the town. You can hear quite a few people throwing up.
Good.
Where do you go specifically in the town?
Give me 1 second. I have to really quickly fix my model. Give me 2 seconds.
Okay.
Because it froze, so bear with me, chat. Bear with me. Give me just 1 moment. Go ahead and get this bad boy back up. There we go. Poggers. Alright. There we go. Alright, we're good. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go up to where I left the village chief. Alright? And what I'm going to do is I'm going to basically trot on up to him.
You see he's kind of sitting there on the ground, like, rubbing his head and, like, blinking a lot. And, like, squinting.
I'm going to go ahead and just sitting on top of my fucking haunts, I'm going to look down and go, You human down there.
He's going to look up at you. He's kind of having trouble kind of seeing you.
I'm
His
gonna,
eyes
I'm
get a
gonna do
little.
little snaps in the air, like, come on, come on.
Well, he see you can see he
I know.
sees you, but his eyes are like.
Ugh.
He's like, I'm sorry, my eyes are not what they used to be. He's like, you see, he's very confused.
Mm, mm. I'm gonna go ahead and just sigh, dismount, and walk over to him.
You see, kind of
As
him get up.
as I look down at him and go, "You've been saved by the church. I would expect your donations to be substantial from this moment forward. Regardless, you were predatorized by what appears to be a monster. Your lives have been spared as a courtesy. Praise be his name."
You see him kind of as he stands up. You see him something a bit of trouble. He's kind of giving up on seeing who you are exactly. Well, yes, we're near the edge of the Master's territory, so we keep the area clear of scouts and such. What do you mean we are predatorized by a monster? All I remember is that damned hunter going into my building and showing me a strange rock, and then my head started to ache, and I can't remember what happened afterwards.
I still haven't seen the hunter.
Out of character, you have.
Oh, I have.
What do you think one of those monsters was?
I guess, but I think my boy would think it'd be like whoever was living there wasn't one of those, but I suppose.
Oh, you wouldn't know, but I was out of character. Yeah, it's one
Yeah.
of those. You wouldn't have known.
So he's gonna look down and go, "You shouldn't have to worry too heavily about whatever is befalling you. But I would not be so quick to accept such strange items from suspicious townsfolk."
Well, I didn't accept it. He showed it to me, and the moment I saw it, my head started to hurt.
No nod, as I see. Well, regardless, the church has come as your savior this day.
Oh yes, many, if not all of us here are faithful. Although it seems that our church is damaged at this time, we are all quite pious people. We're quite thankful for everything the church does for us.
He nods. He goes, "Good. I did save quite a few of your guardsmen on the way here. Luckily, they did not attack us on sight, for their lives would have been cast out as forfeit otherwise for such an unsightly attack on a church member. Though their wits were about them, and they lived as a result. They are safe and at the main cathedral. You do not have to worry."
Oh, thankful. They're all very good people. Were all of them there? All of them safe?
Most.
And he'll give you a number, and you notice that it's one off for the total.
It's one off?
Remember in the guard post?
Yeah,
There was the one guard dead?
Oh, yeah. That's right. There was that one guard that was sitting there. Yeah, he's gonna go ahead and look at him and go, "Do not worry, they are all accounted for. Do a head count across your entire village and report back to the church. But make sure that no one else is afflicted, and if anyone is eating any strange substances, or if any strange substances are still around, make sure to dispose of them with fire. Or at the very least, if that does not work, dispose of them far from the lands that is your village. Is that understood?"
He stands up straighter and goes, "Yes, sir."
Perfect.
And he reaches out a hand. "Thank you for saving my village and my people."
Looking down at his hand, he simply turns away and says, "No thanks needed," and mounts the horns. I gotta touch some disgusting townsfolk. No. Petty. It's one thing I am not, petty. But no. I will go ahead and mount the Hans, leave this man hanging. But I will say, as I'm turning around and go, "Sadly, I am not one for pleasantries. I must be off. I must report back right away."
You see him kind of give a nod of like knowing as he goes, "Safe travels."
Yes, as I rip open a portal right in front of us.
You seem a little quite
Travels
surprised, like, "Whoa." On the other side, you're gonna see the one of the townsfolk, the guard
Yeah,
captain, is
the
gonna be
guard.
standing there. Because like, hearing about the stone game brought through, he kind of he caught wind and he brought the rest of the guards down.
Oh, I figured. That's why I opened it there.
Mm-hmm. And you see him. They see them kind of like, well, if you're gonna ride through, they let you through, but like so kind of stand to the side a little bit.
I'll let them walk through first.
And you see the guard captain walks through first and goes, "Thank you so much for fixing the." You see him kind of look around and go, and you see him kind of like look like it's in despair, like how bad the town had gotten like that week they were gone.
Correct.
By the great. Thank you for stopping whatever it was causing this.
He's gonna look at him and go, anytime. May your lives be even more devoted than it was before. As it should be. As
Okay.
I trot past him with the hogs.
You see them kind of like nod to each other and go, "Alright, men. What was the word?
Start chopping.
Canvass the village. We can make sure to just regain order." And you see them start moving around as he barks out orders.
Yep. So I'm assuming Glar's standing there on the other side of the portal somewhere, just inspecting the rocks.
Mm-hmm. He is.
Yeah. So yeah, I will walk in, immediately dismount, close the portal behind us. After, if there's anyone still standing around that didn't walk through, basically like usher.
Oh no, they were in. They were
Okay.
right through the guy. Yeah.
Shut the portal behind them. I'm gonna walk on over and go, Father, we have succeeded. As I pull out the magic item and go, it appears whatever monster was inside that stone, once we defeated it, it transformed into this. If I remember correctly, you said that deities and the such did this if they were killed, correct?
He takes the thing from me. He looks at the glove, and you see him have this like concerned look on his face. Yes, all divines when they die turn to artifacts like this, but this one is not natural. You see him kind of walk over to like one of his bookshelves, and he starts looking through, and you see him pick one up and start flipping through. Yes, as I worried. This was one of a parasite god, one that feeds off the natural laws of this world. You see him kind of slam it shut and put the book back up as he walks over to you and puts a hand on your shoulder. I'm sorry to have put you in that much danger. Parasite gods in all their forms can be very dangerous.
He's gonna look at him and go, it was no challenge, Father, as would be expected.
I'm proud of you for dealing with it so well, but do remember, with parasite gods especially, they can be very tricky and very unpredictable. Some of them wield power is not natural to this world.
He nods as he goes, that one tried to attempt to cast a massive hellfire rain upon us, but my servitor here managed to deal with its spell quite handily, as would be expected of a creation as beautiful as he.
Yes, you did do quite good work on him. His abilities are extremely competent, and he is a good defender for you. Having him by your side makes my thoughts, my worries much less.
I will go ahead and quickly break down the battle itself in greater detail for him, just explaining quickly what exactly its capabilities were, how it looked, and basically the battle from start to finish quickly but efficiently, if that makes sense.
I kind of think about it, and he's like, he nods and nods. Yes, I do remember hearing about that project going dark. I thought nothing of it. I thought they found some treasure and ran off with it. Never in my dreams would I have thought it would have been a parasite god ripping through a night road.
If I may ask, what do you mean?
There are hidden paths throughout our world called night roads. Sometimes night roads open from places other than our plane of existence. Some to elemental planes of fire and water. Other times to worlds unlike our own, where gods that feed off of cracks in the world form and come to our plane. Or people from other planes can find their way through. He kind of looks at you, like double kind of glances at you when saying that.
He's gonna take a look at him and go, I see, but that wasn't necessarily what I meant. What do you mean by that project?
Well, it was a project going through the mountain as they had found a large clearing.
Oh,
It could be more livable space for us and also a very good strategic point, as it is near our borders.
I see.
Having a base there would be quite concealable and quite defendable.
It would be. An idea fit of such. I would expect their town to take some time to rebuild, but when it does, it should be quite more wary of danger than before.
Yes, I do believe the reason they let their guard down was because it was from one of their townsfolk. While he may have been suspicious, they wouldn't have no reason to excommunicate him or excommunicate or execute him.
I did, however, find some other weird creatures throughout the area. Inside the mountain pass and inside of what appears to be a hunter's house. Nearby, inside the forest, I found these weird non-human abominations. And I'll quickly describe what they look like. I tracked one after slowly whittling it down on the way. They were faster than my horses were, quite so, but I was able to keep track. As we went up to the mountain, I destroyed one of them very handily, but two more came up.
3 more.
Three more of them. 3 more came up and ambushed us in the rear as we dealt with the first. They were handled very quickly, but it still took more out of my soldiers than I would have expected it to. I suppose the surprise allowed them to get a little beaten up as I look over at fucking Hans and his one broken piece of armor.
Yes, they are likely the afflicted champions of said parasite god. They tend to infect people's minds and take them over and corrupt the area around them.
Yes,
One, you said it was near the hunter's house, correct?
Yes.
He was likely how the god was able to spread to the village. He probably wandered off the beaten path a little too much and found the cave.
Yes, I happened to when I went into the leader of that village's abode, I saw him hooked up to many of the different sigils, and I attempted to obviously dispel whatever magic was upon him. This is before I knew what was going on. And it felt like the parasite god, since it appears that it was connected through him as well, at least partially, attempted to probe inside of myself. However, I did not let this slide. I did not allow it to go deeper than it attempted to. I managed to stave off its advances, and we tracked it down. It's a good thing it is destroyed now. It may have become quite a nuisance if it had been allowed to take foothold.
Yes, yeah. Yes, a parasite god left to his own devices. It's one of the most destructive forces I've seen over my years. Entire cities and part of nations laid to waste by a dread god. He was likely being used as a focal point for the parasite god to increase its domain of power. Always remember, the one weakness of a parasite god is that they cannot leave their own territory for very long at all. If out of their territory, they will die within a few days.
So you may say that it's in a league of its own compared to all the other heroes and vermin that we have to deal with on the month-to-month basis?
Yes, they are one of the few things in this world that can get forces that may be opposed to each other, like us and those other gods that tend to annoy me. They're the only forces in this world that can get us to work together,
I see.
because their threat is that great,
Then I would
and their
expect
power is that unpredictable.
I would expect the night roads then to be exponentially dangerous.
Yes, and if you are going to explore one, their rewards can be quite exceptional. But yes, their dangers, in my opinion, outweigh the risks. So only ever travel them if you have no other choice.
I understand. Then I must ask, as you've explained when you taught me how to do the gate theurgy, it's not to the same degree, is it?
What do you mean?
Well, you know, the sanctuary preparation ritual and the conjuring forth of the one-way travel. It doesn't necessarily splinter any connection between the two locations, and it can't go to other dimensions. But
that's what you meant.
but the one that I summon just opens up a portal from point A to point B. I'm assuming night roads are quite literally just a tunnel.
Yes, the theurgy we wield is a far more stabilized magic. Whereas night roads are far less natural to the laws of the world, and they're far less consistent.
I see. Then
There are theurges that have attempted, and some have succeeded even, to ripping open holes into night roads and traveling by them.
Are you able to cast the urgy of such a degree?
Of such a power, yes, but of such a manner, I would rather not need to learn how to do that.
Fair enough.
I knew a mage that went far into theurgy. Came the most powerful mortal mage I've ever seen in my life. And I knew he was capable of it, but I've not seen him in many, many years.
It seems in my journey I've learned one thing, primarily. That you were right, though, Father. I do need more experience. I had quite a struggle trying to figure out exactly where this parasite god came from. I searched through the entire village, looking for bobs and ends, but I didn't know where to start. I need more experience. Also, I found myself lacking quite substantially, and depending on my servants, more so than I would like. If I can, is there a right... I would request, if I may. Is there a rival village? Somewhere on the outskirts beyond our borders that I could try my hand at creating not a foothold, but I need forces. And I need warriors to fight. to understand what they may have to offer. If you know of any enemy that isn't under our control, that could be sacrificed in the name of trial, just to test my skills, I would love to convert them into works of art, into a skeleton horde that I may be able to take with me or relegate back home temporarily until I need them.
You seem to think for a moment. So what you want our forces to lead?
What I
To have...
What I primarily want is to try my hand at destruction. I know that human villages have warriors in them, and I would assume if one is brave enough and strong enough, they may very well have a warrior that can test my mettle. Primarily, just myself. My servants here are strong, and the golem I made here, as you may see, is new and durable. And my servitor is quite capable, but I found my magic to be lacking. Now I know I can cast spells that devastate the body, but fighting that thing felt like I was more or less just pushing air against it, as all of my servants were able to actually afflict it via just brute numbers, but not necessarily through overwhelming strength. I felt if I was alone, perchance, I may not have survived.
What you were fighting was a parasite god, which, in your current power, would normally be a death sentence. It was lucky and quite advantageous that you had your servants with you, as otherwise it would have been a very unsure fight.
That's why I ask. Is there anywhere you know where I can go to potentially find, if nothing else, mortals to just tear through and add to our own numbers once again? I would spend the time necessary to craft each one lovingly and send them all back home. But I wish to practice on creatures that move, not just miscellaneous targets. I understand the magic, but I need to learn how to refine it properly.
You kind of slowly nod. To the south, the same direction as that village went to previously. Past that, there is the actual front line with a god of light and his forces. We have a fort there. Go there, meet with the commander of the fort, and work with their forces and assist them. To you goes the bodies of the enemies and allies that fall in battle. May you raise them to create a force of your own and turn the tide of that battle as stalemates for months.
He looks down at his hands as his staff floats ominously next to him. He looks down as he clenches them firmly. As he looks back up at his father, he goes, the next time we meet, I shall bring you the head. Well, I suppose that wouldn't work. I shall bring you the artifact of that god. I will not return till I do so. You have my word.
But first, stay here for a few days. You kind of see him go back to his books and kind of flip through a few more And he ends up picking up a few scrolls, and handing them to you. Learn a bit more magic. I will purify this artifact for you, and find out its true worth. Just from probing with my magic, I can feel that it should be quite an asset to you.
He nods as he takes the scrolls. As he goes, of course. I will seek assistance by the other priests to repair the armor of Hans and replace the bones that he has lost. And I will come. I will return back to you with an update when I have learned what magic is in these scrolls.
He nods to you. You've done well, my son. And kind of, pats you on the shoulder. As he turns to walk to essentially his study. To work on the glove.
I will head out, send Hans to go and repair him fucking self. As basically, I'll just send Steve to do what I said I would do. Just basically like, hey, go get him patched up and repaired.
Yeah, you might go down to the blacksmith and get his, yeah.
I'm sure you're just gonna send the golem to go stand out front. Just go stand. You know what? Fuck it. I'll have the golem be my bodyguard until further notice.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, fair enough. Whatever. I'll have Chance just help Hans, so the two of them can fuck off and go repair Hans. And then I'll just have the golem follow me. Then I'll go out and study that matter.
All right. That's about all I have for the session overall.
Damn. Man. That was
Yeah, the combats will last a little longer.
Oh, yeah.
They didn't.
Yeah, no. Combat is different in Godbound, dude.
Yeah, I don't have like, it takes a little while to kind of get used to the combat. I got to remember weekend enemies at you. So what'd you think though?
Man, I thought I'd be so much stronger personally, than what I was. Man, man, the damage system is just, oof. Yikes. It's not, oof.
Yeah, you had to kind of like chop through their HP. Unless you can roll straight. Yeah, unless you can roll straight.
If you can roll straight, you do damage. Damn, you cannot.
Or multi-dice.
Or multi-dice.
I'm probably gonna throw a few more spells your way. The reason I gave you that glove, by the way, and why I gave him Firestorm, was because I knew you're gonna have a problem with area effect damage.
True.
So that's why I gave you the glove. I'm not sure exactly if it's gonna be Firestorm, or how many times you can use it per day and such. But yes, it should help out a good bit.
Okay. Well, boys, I suppose that's going to be it for today's session.
Also, my eyes are starting to kind of hurt a little bit.
Oh, you're fine. I do appreciate everyone for stopping on by today. Let's go ahead and end stream. I will be ahead and archiving this for anyone who may not have caught it all the way. I do apologize for a bit of a shaky stream today with the game. It's the first time we played Godbound in a hot minute. The next ones will be a lot more high quality. So
us getting back into the feel of Godbound.
Getting us back into the feel of Godbound is gonna be a lot. It's gonna be a whole lot. But yeah, we're gonna be doing this as often as we physically can. We'll try again for next week.
Yeah, I'll get some rain done.
Yep. Get some shit in. By the way, level up?
No, you couldn't absorb it, so it's not gonna be level up.
Alright, that's fine.
Next session.
Fair enough.
Dominion, on the other hand.
Dominion.
I'll give you 4. Arbitrary number I pulled out of my ass, but still.
Hold on, I'm having an issue with the actual board. The actual game itself is having fucking...
I threw it into your shit, don't worry.
But it's just purely like...
Oh, you good?
No, it's fine. It's just the Roll20 froze.
Yeah. I threw the Dominion on your sheet, don't worry.
I'll appreciate it.
Yep. Next session is gonna be more on the area of combat. Session was also a bit rough because I was trying to do like a more deductive thing. That's not really my style overall.
Oh no, you're fine. You're fine. I think it was a fun portion. It's just I'm stupid. I'm also bad at deduction.
I
I'm
keep
very
giving you
good at
papers,
writing.
like,
I'm very good at
please read the papers.
listen. I'm very very good at writing deduction. I'm very bad at doing deduction.
Oh, by the way, I'm not sure if you were able to deduce it, but remember that the guard that was like dead?
Hmm?
That was Alex. Because he was the one who noticed everything first. We started actually got infected,
no,
whereas
you're
the rest didn't. Mm-hmm.
fair enough.
You don't name tag or some shit, so you couldn't figure out who it was, but yeah.
Four Dominion. Oh, poggers. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, I'm kind of curious. I wonder what I can do with Dominion.
You get if you want to recruit like mortal people, like if you like next session,
Yeah.
if you see like a mortal soldier you like, you can give them Dominion to like make them heroes and shit.
I've completely forgot to put myself as. No, you're okay, Haven.
You're all good, yeah.
Yeah. Let's see here.
Hope you had fun.
Yeah. Oh no, I had a lot of fun. It's just, ooh, this game.
I was gonna answer the chat, like you're listening.
Oh yeah, fair.
I feel like we were going into it, we were expecting like to be super strong, because how we were in the last game, but now it's like, holy shit.
That's right. I'm weak now. Because I have numbers on my side, we're doing fine, and I do consistent damage. I just don't do a lot at once. Like I do usually 2 damage per turn, which ain't bad, but that's not a lot of damage. I do theoretically I could do like 4 damage, 5 damage per turn if I roll really well with Toll of the Dead, for example. But man, if I had Vampiric Touch, like if that thing would have gotten into melee range, we would have hit like.
If it had hit you once, though,
exactly. It would have been bad. But Fray Dice, man, it just doesn't do a lot of damage. It does 1 to 2 damage.
It's not meant to. It's meant to kill like lesser foes around you.
Yeah.
You know.
Wait a minute. Doesn't no Fray Dice isn't all enemies in the area. It's just one.
It's one.
Yeah. Unless you do a mob, then it's the whole mob. But I feel like I feel like the game's on. I feel like if we add a lot more roleplay aspect into it, it's gonna be a lot more, big on it. But I think
honestly,
I have more fun too.
If you spend the Dominion to make your guys permanent, so they're no longer intrinsically loyal and shit like that, I probably would give them like more personality and stuff like that. They're not just mindless servants are following you most of the time. Like who are intrinsically loyal, almost brainwashed. They're actually like they're soldiers under your command kind of thing,
Well, they are greater undead, which means they are intrinsically loyal, but they're not like mindless. They're
not, no. They're more just like they follow your orders. They're not like they're not gonna like banter with you or some shit like that though. They're just kind of there. I feel like the roleplay will increase more and more as you get like actual like bound heroes, or not bound heroes, but as you get like heroes and shit following you, like people who are like, I'm giving my life up to you. You are my lord. I will follow you to the ends of the earth.
But yeah, thank you everybody for watching. I'm gonna go ahead and end stream now. I hope you guys have had a wonderful day. I will see you guys tomorrow for some I believe we're doing tomorrow's Thursday. I think
Sekiro?
No, that's Friday.
Oh, it is.
I think we're doing Minecraft tomorrow. I could be wrong, but I think we're doing Minecraft tomorrow. But I will see you guys.
I will look.
I will see you
Thursday?
guys.
Yeah, Minecraft.
Yeah, Minecraft. Bet. I will see you guys later, 10 p.m. EST tomorrow. Have a good night, you guys.
And I'll see everyone Saturday.
Exactly. All right.
Boys night, boys night, boys night.